sea lion shows, magic shows with America's favorite magician, Mark Conley, helicopter rides, pony rides, all-American petting zoo, big races, and mechanical bull rides. Check out the Fluffy Cow Experience. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admission $15. Championship Wrestling is Friday, Championship Cage Fighting is Saturday, and Demo Derby is Friday and Saturday nights. Get more info at BoyleFair.com. See you at the new fairgrounds on the south side of Danville behind the Bypass Fire Station on Smoky Way. Bring the family out to the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair this Tuesday through Saturday night.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter and WHIR Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686 for Dexter and WHIR Insurance. All right, you get sunshine on this Tuesday. A high today of 79. A low tonight of 56. Sunshine and 82 is the high tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny. High of 86. Right now, it's 6:12 in the morning. It is 62 degrees on this Tuesday, the 10th day of June. 859-238-WHIR. We'd love to have you on the show. Joe Show time. Let's rock and roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville. Alrighty, folks, it's Tuesday. It is the 10th day of the month of June, and today we celebrate National Iced Tea Day. It's an iconic summer beverage and one of the most refreshing elixirs known to man. There's something magical about the combination of brewed tea, mint leaves, and fresh lemon slices served over ice. Historians believe that people began serving cold tea sometime during the 19th century. The drink became popular when vendors started selling this at a public event at the World's Fair. Today, people make iced tea using a variety of different flavors. You can also mix iced tea with other beverages. One of the most popular iced tea beverages is the Arnold Palmer, which is half iced tea and half lemonade. Today is National Iced Tea Day. On this June the 10th, it is also Ballpoint Pen Day. It was on this day 1943. The ballpoint pen was patented by Laszlo Biro of Budapest, Hungary. Today is Ballpoint Pen Day and National Iced Tea Day on this Tuesday, the 10th day of June, right here on The Joe Show. Our phone number this morning to call in is 859-238-9447. We start you off this morning, as we always do, playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Island Motor Mall Hometown Radio Network teaming up every morning to honor America with a playing of our national anthem. Our phone number is 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR to get birthdays and anniversaries right here on the radio on the Joe Show on this Tuesday, the 10th day of the month of June, as we cue up the music, please. And give a birthday shout-out today to Sarah Kuchenbrod, who has a birthday today. So does Boyle County Jailer Brian Wooford. Claudia Peters celebrates a birthday today. Joe Montano and Kayla Fowler Whitehouse on the birthday list as well. Call them in again, 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. Birthdays and anniversaries right here on the Joe Show, 859-238-WHIR. There you go. It's a Tuesday, the 10th day of June, 061025 on your calendar. So glad to have you on the show on this Tuesday morning. Our first guest comes on here at 7:40. Linda McClanahan joins us for the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. We'll have her on this morning at 7:40. In the 8 o'clock of the morning hour this morning, at 8:10, we have Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library calling in. We'll see what's going on with Colleen as we gear up for, again, another fun week of library activities. That'll be at 8:10 this morning. 8:20, Randyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have it at 8:20 right here on the Joe Show. 8:40, James the Gardener's on here. Gardening with James. We get a tip for the garden with James on here at 8:40. Dusty joins us at 9:10 for the Kentucky Music Preview. And then 9:35 this morning. It is a Tuesday with Stith. Either Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin will join us this morning for our Tuesday with Stith segment that we have every Tuesday at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show. We would love to have you on. Our phone number to call in is 859-238-WHIR. As always, we start you off with a look at early morning sports. And while this is playing, I'm going to go get me a mug of coffee. I'm extra tired today for some reason. Sports coming your way. Here it is. A longtime Kentucky assistant going to Louisville. The NHL Stanley Cup last night, and ESPN signs Dick Vitale to an extension. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports. Starting off in college football, where a longtime Kentucky football coach is leaving the Cats to take a job with the rival Louisville Cardinals. Pete Thamel of ESPN is reporting that Vince Marrow is joining the University of Louisville football as their general manager. In this position, he'll oversee roster management, the transfer portal, and NIL. Marrow has been with Kentucky since 2013 as an associate head coach and tight ends coach. He was formerly a teammate of Louisville head coach Jeff Brom with the Orlando Rage in the XFL. In hockey news, the 2025 Stanley Cup Final was about as good as it could get through the first two games. Two tight overtime games for the first time since the 2014 Stanley Cup Final. Teams within a goal of each other for all but 77 seconds. 4 lead changes for just the second time in the past 42 seasons. The defending champion Florida Panthers made sure there would be no repeat as they pulled away for a 6-1 rout of the Edmonton Oilers in Game 3. That gives Florida a 2-1 series lead in the best of 7 championship series. Game 4 is Thursday in Sunrise, Florida. Brad Marchand scored 56 seconds into the game, and the Panthers never gave up the lead. Sam Reinhart scored in the second period to make it 3-1, just 80 seconds after the Oilers got their first goal of the game. In ESPN news, on his 86th birthday, Dick Vitale got a pair of gifts he won't soon forget. The legendary ESPN college basketball analyst has signed a multi-year contract extension through the 27-28 season. Additionally, ESPN unveiled the creation of the Dick Vitale Invitational, an annual men's college basketball event that will honor the color commentator and former coach. The inaugural Dick Vitale Invitational will feature Duke against Texas on November 4th at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Carolina. Vitel's been with ESPN since 1979, joining as a college basketball analyst shortly after the network went on the air. During that time, he's called over 1,000 games and became synonymous with ESPN's college basketball coverage with his high energy, colorful personality, and famous catchphrases. And in the National Football League, we told you yesterday this looked like it was going to happen. It did officially happen yesterday. The Houston Texans have added another running back into the mix. Former Cleveland Browns running back Nick Chubb has passed a physical and signed with the Texans. Houston will be just the second team Chubb will play for in his career. He spent each of his first 7 seasons with the Browns after the team selected him, number 35 overall. Chubb will turn 30 in December and is coming off 2 straight injury-shortened seasons. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is the place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails too, braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County, Highway 127, proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet, $13.99. Thursday, after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $9.99. Friday, after 4, swimming for the seafood buffet, $19.99. Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $10.99. And Saturday, after 4, make your way to the evening buffet for $14.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday night, Friday and Saturday till 9.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open in Danville. Sunshine, a high of 80, low tonight 56, sunny and 82 tomorrow, sunny and 86 Wednesday, partly sunny 85 on Friday, rain shower chances still looking pretty good on Saturday and Sunday. It's 6:24 in the morning, 63 degrees, Tuesday, the 10th day of June, and so glad to have you on the show. 859-238-9447 to call in. 238 WHIR as we see what celebrities are having birthdays on this Tuesday, the 10th day of June. Here we go. These famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day. Starting off on this date 60 years ago where Elizabeth Hurley was born, an actress and model known for her work in Austin Powers, Serving Sarah, and Bedazzled. Here's a clip from Serving Sarah, 60 years old today for Elizabeth Hurley.
I did a bit more stealing from Gordon. In fact, I got his passport, so we can't flee the country.
Nice work, 99.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? He went to St. Bart's twice in the last month. And hey, look at this. Acapulco on the 17th. That was our wedding anniversary. I distinctly remember him saying he had to do business in Omaha.
Elizabeth Hurley, 60 years old today. Kate Flannery, who plays Meredith on NBC's The Office, turns 61 years old today. The late Judy Garland would have had a birthday today. In 1997, Garland was posthumously awarded a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Several of her recordings have been inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. In 1999, the American Film Institute placed her among the 10 greatest female stars ever. Judy Garland would have had a birthday today, born on this date 1922, as would have Hattie McDaniel, born on this date 1893, was Mammy in Gone with the Wind. She was the first African-American to win an Academy Award, but couldn't even attend the film's premiere or sit with her colleagues because of segregation laws. Hattie McDaniel on this date 1893. And NFL Hall of Famer Dan Fouts is 74. Played all 15 of his seasons with the San Diego Chargers, then went on to become a color commentator for NFL on CBS games. Dan Fouts turns 74 years old today. Celebrity birthdays on this 10th day of June.
On this day in country music.
Yes, sirree, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, 1979, Sumter, South Carolina, where Lee Brice was born. Country music singer signed to Curb Records. His highest charting single, A Woman Like You, reached #1 in April of 2012. He also scored Billboard's top country song of 2010 with Love Like Crazy, the title track to his 2010 debut album. It was on this day, 1987, Dwight Yoakam scored his second consecutive #1 album with Hillbilly Deluxe. 4 of its tracks would find their way into the top 40 of the Hot Country Singles charts in 1987 and 1988. And it was on this day, 1991, Brooks and Dunn released their debut single, a song called Brand New Man. And that's what's gone on this date, June the 10th, in country music history. Starting off on this date, 1979, where Lee Brice was born.
I drive your truck.
There it is, I Drive Your Truck, one of his big-time hits to begin his career with Lee Brice. The song spending 56 weeks, I'm sorry, not this one, Love Like Crazy, spending 56 weeks on the Hot Country Songs chart, speaking at #3 and setting the record for the longest run in chart history. Lee Brice, on this date, 1979, was born.
Leave that radio playing, same old country station where you left it. Yeah, man, I crank it up, and you'd probably punch my arm right now if you saw this tear rolling down on my face.
Lee Brice on this day, 1979. It was on this day, 1987. Dwight Yoakam scored his second consecutive #1 album called Hillbilly Deluxe.
Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you?
Chronologically, the songs that all topped out in the lower half of the top 10 released from this album were Little Sister, which is what you're hearing now, Little Ways, Please Please Baby, and Always Late With Your Kisses. Dwight Yoakam on this date, 87, with Hillbilly Deluxe.
Big sister, oh, I took her to the show. Hey, I went for some candy, along came Jim Dandy, and it slipped right out the door. Little sister, don't you?
And it was on this day, country music history in the year 1991, where this duo, Brooks and Dunn, released their debut single on the country charts.
I saw the light, I've been baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to
Brand New Man went #1 later on, made them only the second country music band in history to have its debut single reach #1 on the Hot Country Singles and Tracks charts. They joined Diamond Rio and their song Meet in the Middle, which did it just 4 months prior. On this date, 1991, Brooks and Dunn released Brand New Man, their debut single.
I used to have a wild side, they say a country mile wide. I'd burn those beer joints down. That's all changed now. You turn my life.
There you go. Brooks and Dunn, Dwight Yoakam, and Lee Brice have all made their mark on this date, June the 10th, in country music history. 6:30 in the morning, and bottom hour KNN News is coming your way next.
Again, I'm a brand new man. I used to love 'em and leave 'em. Oh, I'd brag about my freedom. How no one could.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
New research indicates that the tornado alley is shifting to now include portions of Kentucky. This comes as the NOAA and the National Weather Service say more tornadoes are happening each year across areas, which include Missouri, Arkansas, and Kentucky, than ever before. The term tornado alley began being used in the 1950s to describe the areas where the most tornadoes broke out each year. Those areas include Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. Meantime, GOP leadership in the Kentucky House and Senate are pushing back on Governor Andy Beshear's claim about lowering the state gas tax. With more, John Shannon.
Not so fast. That's what House Speaker David Osborne and Senate Majority Leader Robert Stivers told Governor Andy Beshear in a joint statement that refutes the governor taking credit for the July 1st reduction in the state gas tax. Stivers and Osborne say the reduction in the gas tax is tied to Kentucky statute, not the governor's doing. Kentucky's gas tax adjusts based on the average wholesale fuel prices in the country. If the governor insists on handing out credit, their statement reads, he should start with the Trump administration. Its pro-energy policies have contributed to market conditions, bringing the average wholesale price of gasoline in Kentucky down. Last week, during his weekly briefing, Beshear announced the latest drop in the gas tax, which has been reduced by 12% over the last 2 years. I'm John Shannon.
The search for a man who went missing after going tubing in Frankfort has ended Monday night in tragedy. The Franklin County Coroner's Office identified the body of 25-year-old Michael Luby, who was found dead in Elkhorn Creek. He was last seen near Stillwater's campground Saturday. Luby was with several others when strong currents pulled the group under a large pile of debris. 4 people escaped, but Luby never resurfaced. He was discovered after a days-long search. The Franklin County coroner will now run the autopsy a little bit later today. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse. Special events. 76th Anniversary Bash, June 14th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're having a very special event and fundraiser to celebrate our 76th season. Please join us for our 76th Anniversary Bash on June 14th. No show that night, just dinner, dancing, drinks, and live music by Kelly Caldwell and Kashmir, Kentucky's premier 80s and 90s dance band. Tickets are $75 and can be purchased at pioneerplayhouse.com or by calling the box office at 859-236-2747. All proceeds go to help Pioneer Playhouse continue its mission to bring a unique theater experience to Kentucky. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. Reservations must be made online or by calling the box office, 859-236-2747, or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
For the cycling enthusiast, it's not a race, it's a journey. Start your journey at Danville Bike and Footwear and get ready for the cycling season with a new bike or a tune-up. Danville Bike and Footwear features both specialized and Trek products and is now receiving shipments of new e-bikes. Come in and custom build your dream bike or refurbish that bike you've been waiting to ride all winter. Pedal on into Danville Bike and Footwear, located 417 West Main Street in beautiful downtown Danville, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
The basketball playoffs are wrapping up, but the action is still heating up on PrizePicks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. The app is simple to use. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Download the PrizePicks app today, use the code ROAM, and get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code ROAM on PrizePicks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 bonus credit just for playing. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, Debt Blue is here for you. With Debt Blue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved.
I'm just living sky high right now. So I'm very thankful for it, and the team at Debt Blue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Do you set a good safety example for your child on the farm? Your child will respond to your concern for safety if they see you practicing safety in your daily routine. Always follow the 1 seat, 1 rider rule by not allowing any extra riders. Stop equipment when a non-working person approaches. Follow all equipment safety instructions and remember to reinforce safety rules. These simple asks will help ensure your child is aware that safety comes first on the farm.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Riley Joe, Danville Auto Body Shop, top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and new paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, high of 79. A low tonight, 56. Tomorrow, sunshine and 82. Thursday, mostly sunny, 86 is the high at 6:39 in the morning. We are looking at 63 degrees here in Danville. Larry Vought's got Vought's Views for you today. What's up, Larry?
Vought's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Last November, Kentucky offensive line coach Eric Wolford explained how much he liked redshirt freshman tackle Malachi Wood and true freshman guard Ava Selm. Back in September, Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops said he had unbelievable confidence in Wolford, and one reason was because of the way he could recruit. Yes, the same Eric Wolford who bailed out on Kentucky after his 10-win season in 2021 to take a job at Alabama, but then got a chance to return to Kentucky last year after he lost his job at Alabama because him and Stoops are friends. His return to Kentucky last year was not exactly glorious, and the offensive line was blamed for a lot of UK's offensive woes. Even though Stoops praised Wolford's recruiting abilities, Kentucky went into the transfer portal to bring in 5 new offensive linemen for next season.
Vought's Views will return in a moment.
The only competition that really matters is you versus you. And with the performance of Veltima fungicide from BASF, you can take your best results even further. Veltima fungicide is on your side to out-yield the competition by an average of 7 bushels per acre, but you've never been average. Beat your own record, get every bushel you deserve, and make this your best season yet with Veltima fungicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Most Kentucky fans are very pessimistic about the 2025 season. So what does Mark Stoops do? He gives his friend a $100,000 raise to $900,000 per year and also gave him another year on the contract. I have no idea what prompted Mark Stoops to make that decision, but based on results or even expected results, it makes no sense. And from all I've heard from Kentucky fans, it certainly is not a decision that Big Blue fans understand or appreciate either.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go, Larry Vaughn, Fox Views, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show. At this time at 6:40 in the morning, President Donald Trump has seemingly endorsed the arrest of California Governor Gavin Newsom. And check out this new show for Trump 911.
Coming up on Trump 911, real calls from President Trump trying to have people arrested.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, this is President Trump, and I want to have Gavin Newsom arrested. He's been doing some bad stuff.
You expect me to believe this is President Trump. Please, don't prank us, sir.
You don't want to miss these totally real calls.
911, what's your emergency?
It's Trump again, and I want sleepy Joe Biden arrested. I hate the way he's always eating ice cream.
Please stop calling.
It's all coming up on Trump 911.
911, what's your emergency?
It's Trump again. Remember when I called last week and said I wanted Elon Musk arrested? Never mind. I like him again now.
Don't miss it.
There you go, President Trump 911. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's a little Floyd Kramer action for you. Here we go. Story number one coming from St. Paul, Minnesota on Sunday, where Mark Halsey and his racing partner Moses Cooper, who has cerebral palsy, won first place as a racing duo at the Unified 5K there in St. Paul. As a gift from the race's organizers, Cooper received a customized racing chair themed after his favorite superhero, The Flash. The pair now aims to qualify for the Boston Marathon and will race next week in Grandma's Marathon alongside other adaptive unified teams. A runner was given a specialized running chair for his partner who has cerebral palsy. Mark Halsey talks about the joy of working with adaptive athletes.
The moment you get to go out there and work with adaptive athletes and bring this opportunity to them, the rewards are, you can't even put words to it. It's just so spectacular.
There you go. Story number two coming from a Kroger pharmacy in Dayton, Ohio, where pharmacist Megan Alt responded to two separate medical emergencies during a shift at an Ohio Kroger last week. A single shift, using an EpiPen and Narcan to help two customers in distress. Her swift actions ensured timely medical intervention before emergency assistance arrived. Alt received praise from both her employer and alma mater, Cedarville University, where she earned her Doctor of Pharmacy degree. So two different medical emergencies in the same shift. And story number three coming from Summit High School in Texas, where Principal Jason Mutterer wrote 443 personalized letters, each with a dollar bill included, for every graduating senior as a parting gesture for them. The effort took him over 24 hours and was meant to inspire students to continue spreading kindness. Mutterer, who has spent his entire career at the school, saw the gesture as a lasting challenge rather than just a farewell. A principal handwrites letters and gives $1 to each of 443 graduates in the class of 2025. An Ohio pharmacist saves 2 lives during one shift, and a customized running chair gifted to a runner with cerebral palsy. That's what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good, folks. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Sylvanus at Sunrise is coming your way next.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Jade Jordan. I live in Lawrenceburg. I worked with Miss Christy Welch. Oh my gosh, it was perfect. She made everything completely smooth. She knew nothing about the home buying process. It was me and my husband's first home. Walked us through every single step and truly treated us like we were family. Answered every question. She looked out for things in the houses, truly listened to what we wanted, found things that fit us, truly felt like a friend after the process.
Welch Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Michigan, Danny's Dandy.
I just feel like we're beating Father Time right now. We had a car capable of winning, and I need to do a better job.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
At Napa, we are the pros that turn your check engine-like questions into solutions. From diagnostic tools to premium replacement parts like O2 sensors, we've got everything your business needs to quickly diagnose and solve the problem. Whatever's triggering those dashboard alerts, our nationwide network delivers the right parts right when you need them. Because in the battle with check engine lights, we make sure you always win. Find your parts right now at Napa.
Denny Hamlin's third Cup Series win at Michigan was his third victory of the season and the 57th of his career after reaching a major milestone only last weekend.
You know, when I saw the list of how many drivers have won past their 700th start, it's just not many. And to do it in 7:01, we still got plenty of time left. I feel as good as I ever have. I feel as sharp with my game as I ever have. There's just nothing that I feel can hold me back. I just feel like we're beating Father Time right now.
Hamlin's now only 3 away from tying Kevin Harvick for 10th on the all-time win list. And the Yahoo Toyota driver currently sits third in the regular season standings, 41 in back of Kyle Larson, who trails leader William Byron by the same amount of points. Even though it was a season-high finish, Chris Buescher was a disheartened runner-up.
Disappointed I didn't get it done. Had a couple of different decisions I would love to go back and make, and ultimately should have had us ahead of the 11 there. We had a car that was capable of winning, and I needed to do a better job.
Meanwhile, Ty Gibbs was third for the second time this season, and finishing fourth, Bubba Wallace has back-to-back top tens after he failed to finish 3 races in a row.
Picking up where we left off before the DNF started. Just hate it, man. Restarts were a bear, and gave up probably 20 spots on the day and didn't gain enough back. Finished better than where we started, so it's positive.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
A flat tire late in the Michigan race took away another chance for Carson Hocevar to get his first career Cup Series win. But he had led 32 laps in front of the home state crowd.
You know, when I took the lead, I actually glanced up for a split second. I never do it, and I had a big enough lead. I was like, man, I need to do this. And I looked up, and it was really cool to see everybody jumping up. Just proves we're doing all the right things.
PRN's Garage Pass, not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
Get that graduate something special or the Father's Day gift you've been wanting at B&L Jewelers. They've increased their buying power for you. They're loyal customers at the Big Deals online store. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&L Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price, just $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
The Little Sign Shop. And our new owners and operators need a sign, a banner, or decal fast. The owners of The Little Sign Shop have got you covered. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. 859-238-7391. Sunshine high today 79, a low tonight 56. Sunshine 82 tomorrow. On Thursday 86. On Friday 85. And then rain showers on Saturday and Sunday. Right now 6:53 in the morning. It is 63 degrees. Tuesday, the 10th day of the month of June, and so glad to have you on the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning. 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in, 859-238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio on the Joe Show as we start you off this morning with a dad joke of the day. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's sixth favorite segment on the Joe Show every morning. It is the dad joke of the day. Here we go.
Dad joke of the day.
The dad joke of the day. Starting off here with the dad joke of the day. My uncle retired this week after being a lumberjack for 40 years. And at his retirement ceremony, he said he knew exactly how many trees he'd cut down in his career. He said he'd cut down 27,419 trees. Wow, and I asked him, how'd you know that? And he answered back, he said, every time I cut down a tree, I keep a log. Oh, the dad joke of the day. Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps.
Listen to this app in the planet of the apps today. Okay, if there's a guy in your life who is so into drinking beer, well, maybe it's you, that you want to keep a running total of how many beers you have. Believe it or not, there's an app for this. It's called Beer Stat, and it really does allow you to track your drinking, provided you're sober enough to know, and you can enter the data into the smartphone. So you get it set up with your own personal drinking profile, which lets you know when you've reached your personal preset limit of drinks. And then this app can be set to tell you stats like what percentage of your weekly paycheck you've been blowing on drinking. Seriously, the percentage of your body weight that's fat and everything else, plus your blood alcohol level, where it is right now. And actually, that's the best part of it because, you know, if you know your blood alcohol level, and you get in the car and know that you're legally drunk, you're an idiot. Seriously. So also it tells you how much sex you have to burn it all off. I'm not making this up. It's an app. It's called, once again, Beer Stat. S-T-A-T, Beer Stat. It is free. You can get it on the iPhone. I think it might be available on Droid now, too. But it's called Beer Stat. See what you think. Rick D's taking you to the center of the molten magma, known as the planet of the apps.
There we go. Rick D's, the planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays. Leading us into the Country Comic Spotlight, where Jerry Carroll is in the spotlight this morning. Jerry Carroll, who talks about being a stand-up comedian and a farmer. A farmer by day, stand-up comedian by night type of thing. Here's Jerry Carroll, Country Comic Spotlight.
Tell you what, I'm wearing a hat. I'm probably one of the few comics coming up here wearing a hat. I wear a farm hat. I wear a hat because of the fact that I still farm, as far as the IRS is concerned. I don't know if y'all farm or no farmers, but it's the best place to hide money I can think of. I do. I still farm as far as the IRS is concerned. I can tell you one thing. You've had a lot of comics over here in the last 4 or 5 years, 200 or 300 comics. I bet you never had one with a valid pesticide license in his wallet and 12 hours of manure application training from the great state of North Carolina. That lady knows what I'm talking about. She laughed at every horse joke. You live out on a farm, darling? Because you laughed at all the horse? You know, yeah, okay. I didn't know you were laughing at all of Mark's horse jokes. So I said, that's a woman knows what I'm talking about. I'm certified to spread crap with the best of them. I'm wearing a hat. I wear a hat everywhere I go except bed and the shower. Reason for it is this. Yeah, what if I see some of you laughing, but a few of you shouldn't. I said, a couple of you here, I've seen more hair on a bar of soap than's on your head. Wear that hat. You didn't know, though, did you, lady? You looked at me and said, by golly, I had no idea he's a man of little hair. I'd take the hat off him and go, oh, he lost his hair. No, I did not. It all migrated south. I don't even buy Head and Shoulders no more. I buy head, shoulders, back, feet, and butt. And it comes in the big bottle size. Head, shoulders, back, feet, and butt with the conditioner, and it's good for your skin.
Jerry Carroll, the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick D's in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the dad joke of the day. The best jokes from last night's late night show. Starting off on NBC's Tonight Show last night, where Jimmy Fallon joked about Ariana Grande in the Meet the Parents sequel.
Meanwhile, I saw that Ariana Grande will be in the new Meet the Parents. Oh. And in return, Robert De Niro will be in Wicked 2. Something has changed within me. Something has changed.
Jimmy Fallon also joking about the President Trump and Elon Musk feud.
Well, guys, everybody's still talking about Trump's feud with Elon Musk. And apparently Trump is considering getting rid of the Tesla that he bought a few months ago. Ooh. Although that's the same feeling every Tesla owner has. So.
Seth Meyers joking as well about the President Trump and Elon Musk feud.
Amid his escalating feud with Elon Musk, President Trump said last week that he was, quote, not even thinking about Elon, which is weird because the question was about tariffs.
Seth Meyers also joking about the L.A. protests and L.A. riots going on.
In a post early this morning on Truth Social, President Trump commented on protests in Los Angeles and said, quote, arrest the people in face masks now. Well, it's L.A. Those might not be masks. It might just be their faces.
7 minutes at sunrise, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Rick D's in this morning's Planet of the Apps. The dad joke of the day, and Jerry Carroll in the Country Comic Spotlight here on the Joe Show in the 6 o'clock in the morning hour. We are through the 6 o'clock in the morning hour. Coming up in 7. At 7, the 7 o'clock in the morning hour. Breaking and trending at 7:10. We have the County Agents Corner at 7:40 with Linda McClanahan. And we'll see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, the world of weird. It's all coming up next right here on The Joe Show. On WHIR Danville News Talk Sports on night number 1 tonight at the Bull County Fair.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Hits 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio. I'm Michael Kastner. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass says her city is being used for an experiment. More from Tammy Trujillo.
This as the federal government brings in the National Guard and Marines to counter immigration protests.
This kind of atmosphere, it creates a chaos in our city. People not sure whether they should go outside, whether they need to stay inside. We did not need this.
Bass says it makes her feel like it's a test for what happens when the federal government moves in and takes the authority away from the state or away from local government. She pushed back against comments describing the city as being invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals, calling it a despicable description.
President Trump visits Fort Bragg in North Carolina today to help kick off the Army's 250th birthday celebration. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth plans to join him at the base, home to about 57,000 troops. The event is set to feature military demonstrations, musical performances, and speeches from top military leaders. New York lawmakers have approved a measure to legalize assisted suicide across the state. The controversial legislation, dubbed the Medical Aid in Dying Act, was designed to allow a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to people with 6 months or less to live. Its future with Governor Kathy Hochul remains unclear.
They not like us. They not like
This year's BET Awards took place Monday in Los Angeles against the backdrop of anti-ICE protests in the city and National Guard troops nearby in the streets. Kendrick Lamar led the nominees list with a total of 10 nods and ended up winning in 4 of those categories. Best Female Hip-Hop Artist Doechii addressed the elephant outside of the room in her acceptance speech, asking the crowd to consider what kind of government it appears to be when every time we exercise our democratic right to protest, the military is deployed against us. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714.
Deliberations continued Monday in Harvey Weinstein's retrial as signs of a divided jury continue to come to light. Jonathan O'Halloran with more.
One juror asking to speak to the judge regarding a, quote, situation that isn't very good, and another note from the jury requesting the rules of a hung jury. Meanwhile, Weinstein's defense is calling for a mistrial. Attorney Arthur Aidala says things are being discussed in the jury room that aren't a part of the trial and that there is a, quote, tainted juror. The judge denied that motion. Jonathan O'Halloran, New York.
President Trump is threatening to cut funding for Amtrak's Northeast Corridor, impacting riders throughout the entire region. More from Natalie Migliori.
New York Congressman George Latimer, who represents parts of the Bronx, says he can't get behind the proposal that would pull funding for the nation's busiest rail corridor that runs between Boston and Washington, D.C.
This is an essential service that complements the other transportation options that exist. And the willingness to cut the Northeast Corridor by 25% is a bad business decision.
Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins echoing the sentiment, adding the proposed cuts threaten to undermine reliability and delay modernization projects.
People are expected to spend $24 billion this year for Father's Day. Matt Mattinson with more.
That would be a record amount, according to the National Retail Federation, up more than 7% from last year. 3 out of every 4 people surveyed said they plan to celebrate the event in some way this year on June 15th. Average spending is expected to come in at just under $200. I'm Matt Mattinson.
Eminem is suing Meta, arguing the social media company allows the use of his songs without permission. The lawsuit was filed Friday in federal court by the rapper's music company, 8 Mile Style. It accuses the company behind Facebook and Instagram of storing and reproducing his music without a license. He's looking for about $110 million in damages. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's the 10th day of June. We are so glad to have you on the Joe Show. On this Tuesday morning, it is the opening day today of the Boyle County Fair, and the pageants happened over the weekend and all that. But the carnival itself, when you think of the fair, carnival is what pops in your head. Yeah, that starts off tonight, as well as the KOI Dirt Drag Racing. Forecast comes your way. News is first, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford. And we heard Fred just a minute ago talking about the upcoming car show they have on Saturday.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Serving Boyle County seniors.
At A Gathering Place, we promote independence for senior citizens and adults with special needs through social, recreational, nutritional, and wellness programs that enhance quality of life. The activities that we offer are designed to keep seniors active and involved, offer socialization, promote friendship, encourage mental fitness, and positively impact overall health and wellness. To find out more, visit us at agatheringplace.org or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, appreciate that, Rayleigh Joe. Brought to you by the Big Deals online store. HometownLive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts. Up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store is at HometownLive.net. We'll give you the deal of the hour here in just a second. Right now, sunshine on what's going to be just a phenomenal day of weather. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, looking great. Sunny, not even 80 is the high today. 82 tomorrow. You get 86 on Thursday, so a little bit of a warm-up back to what we expect this time of year. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, rain shower chances, particularly on Saturday and Sunday. 7:11 in the morning, 63 degrees here on this Tuesday, the 10th day of June. 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR. We'd love to have you on the show. A story coming out from American Airlines, where an American Airlines flight to Naples, Florida, was forced to reroute because the plane was too big for the small little airport runway there. Well, we have audio from that flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. I know that I said we were going to be landing shortly, but now I'm getting word from air traffic control that we're going to have to reroute this flight because my plane is too big for the runway. Oh yeah, that's right. My plane is too big. I've got a huge plane. And air traffic control was like, that thing is way too big for our runway. They were like, man, we can't handle that big plane. That's what you sound like, air traffic control. I'm not sure where we're going to land. You can take this extra time to appreciate just how big my plane is. We know you have a choice which airline you fly, and I'm glad you chose the one where the pilot has a really big plane. Yeah, baby.
Let's see what's breaking and trending this morning here on the Joe Show. Another Chinese researcher accused of smuggling biological material into the U.S. has been arrested. This is the second time in days. The FBI says that since September, Ching Chuang Han sent 4 shipments from China containing concealed biological material to staff members at a lab at the University of Michigan where she planned on completing a project. Last week, 2 Chinese nationals were charged after the FBI said it had been determined that one tried to smuggle a toxic fungus again to the University of Michigan. The biological material Han's accused of smuggling is related to roundworms and does require a government permit. Hey, a big breakthrough in diagnosing Parkinson's disease. Researchers out of UCLA have invented a pen that can detect Parkinson's with high accuracy. A pilot study published in the journal Nature Chemical Engineering notes that the device looks close to a normal pen. The pen is able to pick up on small dysfunctions by observing how people write before it can be noticed visually. The pen worked whether people wrote on paper or in the air, so it basically determines how you write, and maybe there's a little bit more shakiness there even before doctors can diagnose it. Researchers say it's 96% accurate and available at low cost. Unbelievable. All right, continuing breaking and trending. Again, we heard this with KNN News, but new research suggesting that Tornado Alley is shifting to include portions of Kentucky. This comes as the NOAA and National Weather Service say more tornadoes are happening each year across Missouri, Arkansas, and Kentucky more than ever before. The term Tornado Alley began being used in the 1950s to describe the areas where the most tornadoes broke out each year, including in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. While there is a shift, forecasters remind that tornadoes can really happen anywhere. The Prince estate is hinting about plans for a reissue of 2 1980s-era albums. In an announcement over the weekend, Londell McMillan of the Prince Legacy said a boxed edition of 1985's Around the World in a Day is on the way. He also noted that fans will see a release that involves 1986's album Parade. McMillan didn't reveal exactly when fans can expect the reissues. Vinyl editions of 2015's Hit and Run Phase 1 and Hit and Run Phase 2 are also in the works for Prince fans. Southern Baptist leaders are gathering in Dallas this week to vote on a new set of resolutions. The measure will ask lawmakers to ban pornography, roll back the Supreme Court's approval of same-sex marriage, and limit sports betting. They also push policies that encourage families to have more children, criticizing what leaders call willful childlessness that's having a negative impact on fertility rates. Inside the church, delegates may again rule and debate about whether they expel congregations with women pastors and could cut money from their public policy office. While overall membership keeps slipping, recent baptism numbers have ticked up. And I've never heard of this before, but apparently appendix cancer is a thing. It's very rare, but a new study shows appendix cancer is rising among people born after World War II. Vanderbilt University researchers looked at more than 4,800 cases recorded from 1975 to 2019 and found that those born in 1980 have 3 times the risk of earlier generations, while people born in 85 face 4 times the risk of appendix cancer. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville. News Talk Sports, Thursday, the 10th day of June. Here's a little Prince for you since they're coming out with some box sets leading us to the next commercial break. 7:16, the Big Daddy Sports is coming your way now.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Marrow would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Marrow's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Marrow had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Marrow, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. 3-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night, 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all 4 meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, 2 losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Don't miss our 76th anniversary season under the stars. Our 76th season in the Bluegrass kicks off with The Game's Afoot, a Sherlock Holmes mystery, June 6th through June 28th. Sherlock Holmes meets Clue in his funny, fast-paced murder mystery comedy set in a spooky mansion with a suspiciously sublime lineup of suspects. A whodunit that will keep you guessing and giggling until the very end. Rated PG. In case of light rain, shows will continue outdoors. Rain checks will be given if show is canceled due to severe weather. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville. Dinner and show only $40. $22 for just the show. Kids rates and group discounts available. Reservations must be made online or by calling the box office, 859-236-2747, or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right there, Riley Joe, Dexter, and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'll give you a free quote and ask if auto owners make sense for you. 859-236-6686 for Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. All right, sunshine, a high of 80, a low tonight 56. Sunshine and 82 is the high tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny and a high of 86. We do get rain shower chances, particularly over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Looking like the best chance of rain. Right now, 7:22 in the morning, 63 degrees, and Super Dave is in studio this morning with us. What's going on with Super Dave today?
Not much. I'm just thankful to be up and going.
Be up and going, yeah. Well, just glad to have you in studio, Super Dave. There's a lot to talk about, and none of it's really pressing, but all of it's interesting.
All right.
Today, first of all, is National Iced Tea Day.
I can go for that.
Okay, National Iced Tea Day. Is it the best summer beverage, is the question, Super Dave. Do you think iced tea, like a cold glass of sweet tea, and if you can't do sugar, it'd be unsweet, but a cold glass of tea, is it the best summer beverage? What do you think?
I could probably agree with that.
All right, so social media has lots of thoughts on what the best summer drink is. So here's some of the other contenders, and you tell me if you think it's better than sweet tea or not. Lemonade. That's one of those where
just as good. I think.
That's one of those where it depends. Some of the lemonade can be very good. Some of it's you're like, what am I drinking here? This is just lemon flavored water. Soda.
I like soda, but I'd rather have the sweet tea.
Okay, so at least we know it's tied for number one. Beer.
Every now and then.
Okay, but every now and then. But you'd rather have iced tea.
I'd
sounds
rather
like
have iced tea. Yeah.
So the next one says Arnold Palmer's, and Arnold Palmer is literally iced tea and lemonade. So to me, like you're using the base iced tea to make another drink that's got iced tea in it. That shows you how good iced tea is.
There is a tea and lemonade that I get every now and then at Walmart. It's made by Milo's, and it's really good.
Okay, so it is actually Milo's that did the poll on this. Milo's, which is a very big lemonade sweet tea company.
They got great tea.
All right, Gatorade.
I like Gatorade, but I'd still go with the...
Okay, so right now we are tied, at least with lemonade, as the top summer beverage. All right, coconut water.
I've never had that.
Coconut water would be like... to me, that'd be like Prime or like Body Armor. Like that's coconut water based, and then regular water if you want to be boring about it. So, I assume you like regular water, but would you rather have water or sweet tea?
Well, you're actually drinking water both ways.
Yes, that's true. However,
I love water, though.
It does appear, though, like in the list of drinks we just gave you, sweet tea is at least at the top, if not the top. The iced tea brand Milo, Super Dave just mentioned, polled 1,000 Americans. Half said drinking tea reminds them of summer or spending time outdoors. 53% think iced tea is the ideal drink for sipping on the porch, deck, or anywhere outside. Today, National Iced Tea Day. And the question is it the best summer beverage, at least according to Super Dave? If it's not number one, it's number two by a very close margin, maybe number one.
Yeah, that's my drink when I go to Famous Recipe.
There you go. Question number two, Super Dave. Americans are serious about sauce. And when I say that, I literally mean sauce. Now, for you all listening, you know I'm a big mustard guy, right? I love condiments. To me, a meal is not complete oftentimes without the condiment that you dip the meal in.
Right.
And I'm not the only one that believes that. 78% of people polled in a recent survey, Super Dave, said that sauce, condiments, have the power to make or break a meal. And I 100% agree with that. 100% without a doubt. Some foods, like French fries, chicken nuggets, and chicken wings, are all seen as a vehicle just to eat the sauce.
Right.
Right? You can eat the food, but what is a chicken strip from Zaxby's without Zax sauce? What is a buffalo chicken wing without blue cheese or ranch, whatever you want to dip it in? Beyond the regular combos, there are also surprising pairings that made the list, so weird sauces or weird combinations of sauces and foods. Super Dave, do you have one? A weird combination of maybe like people don't think of putting this sauce on this. I've talked about before oftentimes in the show, mustard and a sausage biscuit. I've done that. Yeah, I had a lot of people say I've never heard of that, but I try it out. They try it out and they like it.
You got me into doing that, remember?
Yeah, mustard. See, there you go. Mustard and a sausage biscuit. What do you have one, Super Dave? A weird sauce and food combination.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I love to do when I go to Lee's. Instead of getting like the honey mustard, which Lee's has some of the best honey mustard. That was easy for me to say.
Money Hustard.
Money Hustard, yeah. I get a cup of brown gravy to dip everything in.
All right, so you dip everything in brown gravy.
Yes.
All right.
I could almost drink Lee's Famous Recipes brown gravy.
Well, weren't you at one point, really big on like the sweet and sour sauce?
Yes.
From a certain brand?
Kraft.
See, like specific. That's what I'm talking about. Specific Kraft sweet and sour sauce. What do you dip in Kraft sweet and sour sauce?
There's some chicken strips I get at Walmart, and they remind me, the taste of these chicken strips remind me so much of the chicken planks from Long John Silver's.
Okay.
And I dip those in my
and that
sweet
goes
and
in
sour.
the Kraft sweet and sour.
And I love that sweet and sour.
There you go. So beyond the ketchup on fries combination, people say they enjoy pairings like scrambled eggs with barbecue sauce.
Never done that.
Worcestershire sauce on macaroni and cheese.
I like the sauce, but I've never put it on mac and cheese.
And ramen with ranch on top of it. Now, I have heard of that. I've never had it, but ramen with ranch is another surprise pairing that people say they like.
You know, I love ramen noodle, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. I love ranch dressing, though.
Yeah, there you go. Try it out.
Oh.
People are so serious about it, the poll says that without sauce, 59% of people refuse to eat chicken wings without sauce. 55% refuse to eat cheeseburgers. Now, I will eat the foods, but I will know they're missing something, like they're not as good as they could be. 53% saying not eating tacos without my favorite taco sauce on it. Yeah. There you go. It's National Iced Tea Day. It's not National Condiment Day, though. It does seem like it. It's 7:29 in the morning. We're 60 seconds away from this.
Summertime, 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 summertime.
We're all ready for some summertime fun and at a big deals price. Go to Beach Band Park and Splash Lagoon Water Park with admission tickets just $30 at Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. They're determined and dedicated to providing safe, clean fun for all guests this summer. Beach Band has rides for everyone in the family, including the nationally recognized Kentucky Rumbler wooden roller coaster. There's the whole family ride, the Wet Adventure down the Whitewater Express. And there's plenty of fun at Splash Lagoon Water Park, a day of summer fun. Plus, included with your admission ticket, you get free parking, free sunscreen, free tubes, all at Beach Bend Park in Bowling Green. Just a 2-hour drive away, so get ready to pack up and go to Beach Bend Park with admission tickets just $30 for a full day of fun in the sun. Go to hometownlive.net and click on Big Deal.
So shop now.
Shop now, buy now. Also save $5 on Pioneer Playhouse.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A deadly officer-involved shooting in Allen County now under investigation. Kentucky State Police report on Friday afternoon, officers were called to a home on Shockley Road in Scottsville for a report of a domestic disturbance. Arriving officers found 42-year-old Joshua Stanka armed with a gun. A deputy opened fire, striking and killing him. An investigation into the incident is ongoing. A Louisville soldier sorting through what's left of his house after a month-long deployment. John Shannon with more.
I was upset. That was the first thing that crossed my mind, just being completely upset.
Brandon Branch is a sergeant in the U.S. Army Reserves. Last month, after spending 30 days deployed to California, Sergeant Branch said he came home to find his residence on Southern Parkway had been broken into, ransacked, his belongings gone. He spoke with WLKY.
It was just terrible. They took all my shoes, clothes, personal belongings.
Nothing was left untouched by the thieves. Now Branch is trying to gather the most basic necessities to start putting his home back together. He says that to have this happen while serving his country is, quote, disheartening, especially since it's the second time his house has been broken into. Branch has launched a GoFundMe campaign, and he's also taken steps to report the incident to authorities and his insurance. I'm John Shannon.
A Norfolk, Kentucky high school mourning the loss of a football coach and teacher. Dave Trosper was the head football coach at Connors since 2007. He was also a business teacher at the school. He passed away Saturday at the age of 55 from a heart attack. A festival featuring hip-hop artists coming to Norfolk, Kentucky. The Tacos and Tequila Festival takes place on October 4th at Thomas More Stadium, home of the Florence Yalls. Artists include Little John, Bow Wow, and more. The festival will also feature tequila bars, tacos, an exotic car showcase, and more. The festival is only for those 21 years and up. More information found on tacosandtequilafestival.com. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hey, it's me again, your radio. Have you noticed about any form of entertainment these days digs a big hole in the family budget? I mean, whether you catch a ball game, hit a movie, or even that cable TV, whoa, you are going to pay up. Now, may I direct your attention to the 800-pound gorilla in the room that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg? Me, your radio. Ever wonder who pays for all this? Announcers, people behind the scenes, and don't even get me started on music royalties, so you get your favorite songs for free. These unsung heroes are our advertisers. They make it possible for you to get this cool radio stuff for free. So why not thank them? That's right, support our advertisers. They've got great deals, important services, and more. It's almost like we went to the dictionary and looked up win-win. Let's review. Support our advertisers and keep radio free. Trust me, nobody wants a coin-operated radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
At their new location in Danville, behind the fire station on the bypass, Smoky Way. It's the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair. There's plenty of fun tonight. Come out for the first night of the Carnival Midway Food and Rides. Tonight's big events include the KOI drag racing, all new sea lion shows, magic shows with America's favorite magician, Mark Conley, helicopter rides, pony rides, all-American petting zoo, big races, and mechanical bull rides. Check out the Fluffy Cow Experience. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admission $15. Championship Wrestling is Friday. Championship Cage Fighting is Saturday. And Demo Derby is Friday and Saturday nights. Get more info at BoyleFair.com. See you at the new fairgrounds on the south side of Danville behind the Bypass Fire Station on Smoky Way. Bring the family out to the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair this Tuesday through Saturday night.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, Ready Joe, it's brought to you by our friends over at Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving compassion and care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open, and they are right here in Danville. Sunshine, a high of 80, low of 56, and tomorrow 82 is the high. Thursday, mostly sunny, and 86 is the high. It's 7:38 in the morning right now. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June the 10th, and it's Linda McClanahan time. Good morning, Linda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, Linda. Appreciate you being on here and calling in, giving us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Got the top price for your livestock? Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's need. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Linda McClanahan.
Summer's almost here. Humans aren't the only ones who suffer when the temperatures rise. Farm animals feel it too. You can recognize when your livestock may be in danger from the heat and can take steps to increase their comfort when the temperature rises. Livestock become uncomfortable when the heat index reaches about 90 degrees. The heat index is a combination of air temperature and humidity. We use it to describe how it feels outside. The University of Kentucky Agriculture Weather Center regularly monitors heat indices across the state and provides an index of its own, the Livestock Heat Stress Index, to help producers know when heat stress could create a problem for their animals. The county-by-county index indicates 3 levels of heat stress: no stress, danger stress, and emergency stress. Periods of heat stress call for livestock producers to be vigilant in making sure their animals are adequately prepared. One of the most important things you can do is provide cool, clean drinking water. Providing an adequate source of drinking water helps keep animals' internal body temperatures within normal limits. You should shade above ground water lines so they do not act as solar water heaters and make the water too hot to drink. It's also important for animals to have shade and for buildings to be as open as much as possible for adequate ventilation. Sprinkler systems that periodically spray a cool mist on the animals can also be beneficial. It is best to avoid working your animals during periods of heat stress. You should also avoid transporting livestock during those times. When you must transport livestock, haul fewer animals per load. Planning trips so that animals can be loaded immediately before leaving and unloaded quickly upon arrival can likewise help you minimize the risk. To keep up to date on the Kentucky Livestock Heat Stress Index, you can access the Ag Weather Center's website, or you can download the UK Ag Weather app from your iPhone or Android device, or Samsung, and you can find out a lot of other weather-related information utilizing that app. It's a really, really good tool to have, and that's today's Farm News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, service the Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer County UK Extension offices.
There you go. Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Linda, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Linda, you too. Bye. That's Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner, and now we give you some random facts, things you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know you can impress your co-workers around the water cooler at work today. Fact number 1, Weird Al Yankovic has one top 10 single, and sadly it is not Amish Paradise, which is probably his most famous song, but that only peaked at number 53. It's actually a song he came out with in 2006 called White and Nerdy, which made it into the top 10 to number 9 back in 2006. It parodies the song Ridin' by Chamillionaire and Crazy Bone. His next highest charting song was the song Eat It, which is my play on when I do Grub Gab, the world of food. I say, just eat it, which came from Weird Al Yankovic to the song Beat It by Michael Jackson in 1984. And I just felt like a good fit for Grub Gab, the world of food. Eat it, you're eating food. But that's where that came from, Weird Al Yankovic. Number 2, elephants grow 6 different sets of teeth in their lives. Once the 6th set falls out, they don't grow anymore, and they die of starvation. Well, what a way, like, if you're an elephant, you're like, wow, this is it. My 6th set of teeth just fell out. I'm a goner. Can you, other elephant, can you pre-chew this grass for me so that I can swallow it like a baby? And I guess the elephants are like, no, you lost your set of teeth. You're going to die. That's how elephants die. Number 3, Diet Pepsi isn't vegan. But Pepsi won't say what animal ingredient it uses that keeps it from being vegan because that's, quote, commercially sensitive information. So we know it's not vegan, but we don't know why it's not vegan. I mean, like, we understand it's because they use animal ingredients, but they won't tell us what the animal ingredient is that keeps it from being vegan. Number 4, America had laws against animal abuse before there were laws against child abuse on the books. And number 5, for almost 60 years, there was only one musical group that had ever had 5 songs in the top 5 spots on the Billboard chart simultaneously. It was, of course, the Beatles, which is the standard answer for any sort of music question that you have. On April the 4th of 1964, the Beatles had 5 songs all in the top 5. Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Please, Please Me. But thanks to the chart changes and streaming music now, it's happened 4 times in the last 4 years. Kendrick Lamar has done it, Drake has done it, and Taylor Swift has done it twice. But up until the last 4 years, it was only one group that had done it, the Beatles, on April the 4th.
of 1964. It's 7:45 in the morning, 64 degrees here in Danville.
Let's shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out, baby. Work it on out.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. If you receive a call from what looks to be your bank and are asked for your account number or online banking password, don't give it to them. This is a scam. Your bank already has this information. Call your bank to verify requests.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Marrow would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Marrow's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Marrow had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Marrow, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. Three-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night, 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all four meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, two losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Yes, Raby Joe, brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top of the line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Dabs Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate and they work with their insurance company. Fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine high of 80, low tonight 56. Sunshine and 82 is the high tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny and 86. Friday, sunny and 85, and rain shower chances could mess the weekend up. Right now, it's 7:50 in the morning, 64 degrees. Tuesday, the 10th day of the month of June, and so glad to have you on the show this morning at 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR. To get your birthdays, anniversaries, or just chit-chat with us this morning here on the show. Boyle County Fair starting up today with night number 1 of the carnival. $15 gets you in. Includes all the rides and shows going on at the fair today, which, of course, includes the carnival opening up at 6 o'clock, and the KOI drag racing begins at 7 o'clock. There are some things that you can add on for extra cost, like helicopter rides, mechanical bulls, things like that. America's favorite magician, Mark Conley, going to be doing free nightly shows. There's an all-new sea lion show this year as well. They brought in sea lions to the Boyle County Fair. And so you want to see the entire list of events, BoyleFair.com is the website. But you know where the fairgrounds are, the new location on Smoky Way. They're kind of across from where the Applebee's location is on the bypass. Carnival opens up at 6 o'clock. $15 gets you in nightly to the Boyle County Fair going on here this week, beginning tonight at the Boyle County Fairgrounds. Let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, those people so rich and famous they're disassociated with reality. The rule of thumb, if a celebrity does it, says it, or thinks of it politically, you should do, say, and probably think opposite of what the celebrity does. Here we go. All right, the owner of the house in Breaking Bad in Albuquerque, New Mexico, is not a real fan-friendly guy, which you do got to kind of look at it from his perspective. He's just like living in his house. Not everybody got the memo that this guy is not a fan-friendly guy, or else they just don't really care. An influencer named Santi recently spent the day with Joanne Quintana and witnessed her interactions with Breaking Bad fans. Quintana spent much of her day yelling at fans not to get too close or just take one picture and leave, but she also sprayed people with a hose. Get out of here! When one guy told her he was a fan of the show, she said, quote, "The whole world is a fan. That doesn't impress me. The yard is fenced, but Joanne still gets upset when people stand on the sidewalk or even in the street," which is public property, by the way. She put the house on the market back in January for $4 million. So this social media influencer hung out for a day with Joanne Quintana, who owns the house now Walter White lived in Breaking Bad. And she doesn't want people, she didn't like the fanfare. She didn't want people taking pictures of her house. Amanda Seyfried has beef with Paramount over Mean Girls, or at least how much she's been paid for it. During a recent chat with Variety, Adam Brody asked Amanda if she's seen the movie since it came out in 2004. She said, quote, "I have not. It's not often enough, though. It's on often enough, though. I love it. I really love seeing my face on people's T-shirts." But then she added, quote, "I'm a little resentful because Paramount still owes me money. Every store sells Mean Girls T-shirts with our faces and photographs, and she suggested that she got taken advantage of because she was, quote, 17 and dumb when she made the movie." Amanda and Adam co-starred in the underrated 2009 horror flick called Jennifer's Body, and that movie did come up during their conversation. Amanda said there's a sequel in the works, and she asked him if he's doing it. He said, quote, "I wasn't contacted. I died in the first one." And Amanda replied, quote, "So did Megan Fox, and I'm not doing that without her." You can watch the full interview online. And hey, Billie Eilish has got a brother named Phineas, and he got tear gassed over the weekend during a protest in downtown LA against the ICE raids. Phineas called the protest very peaceful and said the feds were the instigators. Right. He added, quote, "If you're into this fascist stuff, you are small and weak and you will lose." Speaking of the protest, there was a video circulating of a guy giving some troops a dressing down. He's identified as an actor named Wyatt Russell. But it's not Wyatt Russell. It's just apparently some random guy maybe who looks like him. Billie Eilish's brother got tear gassed during the LA protests. Amanda Seyfried thinks Paramount owes her money for Mean Girls. And the owner of the Breaking Bad house yells at fans and sprays them with a hose. That's what's going on out west in Hollywood, the showbiz segment and celebrity news. Let's go to Melton's Deli in Danville here more locally and grab ourselves a sandwich for lunch this afternoon. We're going to go with the hot-shaved ham and Swiss. It's number 10 on the Melton's Deli menu. Smoked deli ham shaved real thin with Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise on a toasted croissant. You can also get double the meat for a little bit of an extra charge. Number 10, the hot-shaved ham and Swiss, only at Melton's Deli in Danville, 247 East Main and 995 Ben Ally Drive. I'm going to have to take Jack to Melton's Deli because yesterday he was hungry last night, like before bed. And I think it was more he was tired because he fell asleep without eating anything. I mean, he ate dinner before that, but it's not like he was starving to death. Couldn't sleep because he was hungry. He just fell asleep. But he said, Rebecca offered to make him a sandwich. And he said, I don't like sandwiches unless they're from Melton's Deli or Jimmy John's or Subway. And Rebecca said to him, you've never even had Melton's Deli before. See, he's never had it, but he hears me talk about it on the radio every morning to where he knows that he will love a Melton's Deli sandwich, but he's never had it. So I'm going to have to take him to Melton's or bring him home something or something along the lines of that so he can have one of the specialty sandwiches from Melton's Deli. Of course, all sandwiches can be modified to suit your taste. We were talking earlier today about condiments and what condiments belong on what item. To me, without mustard on a sandwich, you're missing the boat. The sandwich is not complete. It basically doesn't even matter what type of sandwich it is, unless it's some sort of chicken salad sandwich. You don't need mustard on that. Chicken salad, we're okay without the mustard. But basically every other sandwich, some sort of condiment, mustard, honey mustard, something to make that sandwich pop. And Melton's can do it for you. Melton's Deli in Danville, 247 East Main, across from the post office. And their Danville Cinemas 8 location. We're back in 90 seconds.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
When it comes to your money, there's a lot to think about. Paying bills, setting a family budget, and retirement. Farmers National Bank cares about your financial well-being and is here to help. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com to check out their financial wellness section with short videos on budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and more. You can also stop into a branch or call to ask the bank's financial professionals for advice. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy. Delicious flavors of family tradition. Old-fashioned candy since 61. Light, rich, creamy, made by hand. A southern treat, a Kentucky brand. Mom Blakeman's Candy.com. So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's Candy. Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Find new roads at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Live the HD life in a new 25 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. Now Bob Allen priced as low as $49,998. Stock M's $25,498. Several HD models in stock to choose from. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. We are Danville's deal maker.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
All right, 8 o'clock in the morning. We are just about halfway home. We're going to have Colleen, Boyle County Public Library, on here at 8:10. Roundalisms at 8:20 this morning. 8:40, James the Gardener with a gardening tip. He'll be on here as well. We'll have Dusty at 9:10. We've got a Tuesday with Stiff at 9:35 on this Boyle County Fair Tuesday. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours in, 2 hours to go.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The LAPD says it can handle anti-ICE protests and that federal troops are unnecessary. At the same time, California Attorney General Rob Bonta has announced a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the federalizing of the National Guard. Jim Roop with more.
Bonta claims the violence escalated after troops were sent in Sunday morning.
By the time the first few hundred troops arrived on Sunday, the protests had mostly dissipated, and streets were mostly quiet and calm.
This was the scene Saturday, protesters throwing rocks and bottles, kicking and vandalizing law enforcement and other vehicles. The LAPD says 29 people were arrested. Bonta claims, though, it was all over and reignited after the arrival of the National Guard. I'm Jim Roop.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is removing all 17 members of a panel that advises the CDC on vaccines. More from Brian Shook.
In an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal Monday, Kennedy wrote, "A clean sweep is needed to reestablish public confidence in vaccine science." Kennedy was a vaccine skeptic prior to becoming the Health and Human Services Secretary. He's since softened his stance, saying if a parent desires their child to be vaccinated, their decision should be based on informed consent through a doctor. I'm Brian Shook.
Community leaders in Memphis are pushing to block Elon Musk's XAI project over concerns about air pollution from planned gas turbines. At a Monday press conference, State Representative Justin Pearson, a Democrat, urged officials to deny the company's air permit.
Smog is going to be at its highest during the summer. And so we're going to see more people triggered with respiratory illnesses.
Mayor Paul Young supports the investment, but Pearson calls it harmful and misleading. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
$1,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code AIRPORT25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code AIRPORT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
A bill that would allow medically assisted suicide for the terminally ill is now headed to New York Governor Kathy Hochul's desk, but it's unclear if she'll sign it. Natalie Migliori reports.
The state Senate voted 35-27 in favor of the Medical Aid in Dying Act, which allows a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to patients with 6 months or less to live. Despite opposition from members of the Catholic Church and disability activists, the bill has great support from families who have watched their loved ones suffer at the end of their lives. Governor Hochul's team says she's reviewing the legislation, but if she were to sign off on the measure, New York would become the 12th state to approve medically assisted suicide.
Immigration advocates in Lower Manhattan are protesting ICE immigration raids and a Trump administration travel ban that took effect on Monday. Scott Pringle reports.
Protesters gathered in Foley Square to denounce ICE enforcement crackdown efforts in Los Angeles and elsewhere.
The Trump administration has gone too far. This is an abuse of power and tarnishes our democracy.
And this administration continues to trample on our U.S. Constitution.
Meanwhile, a Trump administration travel ban is now in effect from 12 countries, including Iran and Afghanistan. There's also a partial ban in place from 7 additional countries. The Trump administration says it's an effort to fight terrorism.
The president wants to deposit $1,000 in so-called Trump accounts for newborn Americans. Lisa Taylor with more.
The money would come mostly from employers to their employees, and U.S. citizens born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 will be eligible. The CEOs of Uber, Dell, and Goldman Sachs joined Trump at a White House business roundtable to announce their participation. The Trump accounts will track the overall stock market, and it's part of the president's big, beautiful bill that's making its way to a Senate vote.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to Graceland-KY.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
All right, then. Tuesday, the 10th day of June, a sunny day, and 80 degrees is the perfect high on a great day of weather. Forecast is coming your way. News is coming your way, and we'll talk with Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library as well. It's all coming up next.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
All aboard the Dollywood Express. We're on our way to celebrate 40 years of unforgettable memories. Just ahead, 500,000 blooms, flower sculptures, fresh flavors, live music, and world-class rides. Next stop is Dollywood's Flower and Food Festival, April 18th through June 8th. Enjoy free parking, discounts on dining, shopping, and more with a Gold Season Pass. Here we go.
Got pain? Curamin is your safe, effective answer. Curamin from Terry Naturally doesn't just mask pain. It gets to the source and stops it. Get results or your money back. Got pain? Get Curamin.
On sale now at 25% off, only at the Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Curamin is for the use of occasional muscle pain due to exercise or overuse.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Alrighty, Rayleigh Joe Mathis, brought to you by the Little Sign Shop, where they can make a sign for you in sometimes less than 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them, 859-238-7391. Call the Little Sign Shop next time you need a sign did. All right, sunshine, high at 80, low tonight 56. Sunshine and 82 tomorrow. On Thursday, mostly sunny, 86. Starlight movie night on Friday night gives us a sunshine, 85, and a low of 68, and a 70% chance that it will not rain. Right now, it's 8:11 in the morning, and we are joined on the telephone by Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library. Hello, Colleen.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Doing great, Colleen. Doing great. My mom has already got the activities lined up for this week. I think she's going to... Are y'all doing something at the airport this week?
We are. Airport story time. It's Wednesday at 11.
Okay, and then going to, I think, the Reptile Zoo on Thursday.
Exactly, 10:30, and that'll be at the high school at Gravely Hall at Danville High School. Mm-hmm. And I know excuse me, I know there's construction going on in front of it.
Right.
But if people pull in the road that is between the high school and the Board of Education, I think it's Jackson Street.
Yes.
If they pull in there, there'll be parking, and the entrance to the school that they're using is on that side.
Awesome. Awesome
so
stuff,
I want to make sure people know that because it looks like you can't get in there, but you can.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. It's going to be a beautiful area they have there in front of the high school when they get it done, and they're doing that here in the summer break. So you will park there on the side behind the Board of Education building, can walk in that way. We are looking at a great week of activities, Colleen. We touched on a couple of them there just over the last 30 seconds. We're looking forward to another great week. Tell us what's going on this week at the Boyle County Public Library.
Well, I'm particularly excited for Starlight Movie Night because it's my turn to work, and also it got canceled last week because of the storm.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed about that, but
so this will be the first one then, right? Since last week's was
will.
Okay. This will be the official first one.
Right, and it's Dogman.
Dogman. All right, so we'll have that. What time does the movie start? And tell us where all the activities going on with that Friday night.
It'll all be in the brick parking lot of the library, and activities will start around 8:30 with games and stuff. But then the movie starts at when it gets dark, which is usually a little bit after 9, 9-ish. So bring your chairs and your whatever makes you feel cozy to camp out in the parking lot, and we'll be ready to go as soon as it gets dark.
And okay, do you serve popcorn and all that too?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, there's popcorn, but please bring your own drinks. We provide popcorn, but not drinks.
Okay, good stuff.
Yep. And people sometimes bring food, dinner, whatever.
Yeah, they have like pizza delivered sometimes, right?
Yes.
Like it's a pizza and a movie night type thing. You need to bring whatever food you want and sit out underneath the stars. Should be a great night for the opening Starlight movie night this year, since last week's was postponed. What else we have going on, Colleen?
Friday we have the Berea Festival Dancers here at 3:30 in the library. So that'll be happening before the movie night.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned, the airport story time is on Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the airport. You get a story time, the bookmobile, and hopefully get to see some planes up close.
Nice.
And Saturday we have the petting zoo at 10 a.m. here it'll be on the side of the library where there's blacktop.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I don't know. I think the weather's supposed to be a little iffy, but we're planning to go unless it's a terrible storm.
Right.
And then on Saturday night at 6:30, the BCPL After Dark program will be happening, and it'll be special effects makeup. And the person teaching it is Colton Winfield, who works for the Boyle County Performing Arts Center, so he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
And then on Monday at 6 p.m. in Junction City, we'll be having a diamond painting party.
Okay. A diamond painting party?
Mm-hmm. Don't ask me more details because that's what I know about it.
Well, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. So that is Saturday?
No,
Monday.
The diamond
Sorry,
painting
Monday.
party is Monday at 6.
Okay.
Saturday is the petting zoo and the special effects makeup.
There you go. Lots going on at the Boyle County Public Library.
Yeah, I just hit the highlights. There's so much going on. Please
Right.
check the website. Please check. There's a whole summer reading page on the website. And then, of course, there's listings of everything on our Facebook page, too.
Yeah, I mean, you've got real quickly, you've got the Franken plushies today. You've got drawing comics on Thursday. You've got mindful yoga on Friday. You've got summer game night tonight as well. I mean, like the list goes on and on. So go to the Boyle County Public Library Facebook page or the website, boylepublib.org, or the Boyle County Public Library again on Facebook, and you'll find a whole list of activities going on this week at the Boyle County Public Library.
Yes, and on the library website, there is a downloadable version of the entire calendar if people want it.
Yeah, so download it there on your computer, and you can double-click on it or whatever and see what's going on for that specific week. Colleen, we appreciate you being on. We'll see you in activities this week. Yep, there you go. Talk to you later.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
That's Colleen with the Boyle County Public Library, 8:16 in the morning. Let's see what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. Those headlines that you may not hear in your everyday sports, you get either via TV or radio. Starting off in college football, where college football programs will benefit from gamers playing with their favorite teams this year when EA Sports releases College Football 26. Call it pay for play if you like. Electronic Arts has tabulated a way for universities to financially benefit from how many people play under their name of their favorite school. All 136 FBS schools have opted into the game this year, which makes them all eligible to get paid under EA's new royalty structure. One document reportedly states that a percentage will be paid to a school based on the games played for that institution as a percentage of the total games played across all institutions. So if there are 700 million games played throughout the game in a year, and 7 million were played under the name of a specific school, then 1% of the university royalty pool will go to that school. This time around, there was no overtime to be had. Game 3 of the National Hockey League Stanley Cup Finals placed the Florida Panthers in front of their home crowd, and boy, did they deliver. The first period saw the Panthers go up 2-0 thanks to the opening goal from Brad Marchand and Carter Verhaeghe. I don't know if I'm saying that second last name right, but here's how Marchand's goal sounded, which gave the Panthers a 1-0 lead early in the first period.
Here's Marchand with a shot.
He scored the last goal of Game 2 in double overtime. He opens the scoring 56 seconds into Game 3.
Here's the call as the Panthers beat the Oilers 6-1 to win Game 3 and go up 2-1.
Time winds down, and Florida takes a 2-1 lead as the Rats hit the ice, a tradition here since don't second Perry, 1996.
You can't even tell what the announcer's saying. The crowd's so loud. Florida hosts Game 4 on Thursday night with a face-off at 8 o'clock Eastern on TNT, True TV, and Max. That's what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. One more thing, if you're looking for the PGA Tour's third major of the season, which tees off Thursday, it's the U.S. Open. The frontrunners, Scotty Scheffler, the best odds to win at plus 275. Bryson DeChambeau at plus 750. John Rahm and Rory McIlroy at plus 1,200 to win. That's what's now going on in the sort of sports report. Randyisms is coming your way next with Randy Graham and his thoughts right after we get a Big Daddy Sports Update. Take it away, Stevie.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Marrow would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Marrow's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Marrow had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Marrow, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. Three-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first-ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night, 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all four meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, two losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe brought to you by the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store is at hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high of 80, low tonight 56, 82 tomorrow, 86. On Wednesday, right now it is 8:23, 64 degrees. Randyisms is in studio with the thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts. Take it away, Randy.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Well, Joe, Got to spend time in Frankfurt at the Graham family reunion on Saturday. First time in about 10 years, which happens often in families when matriarchs or patriarchs pass away where things were held in their homes. And then, as it often happens in most families, we just branched off and started doing our own thing, which is nice in a way, building new traditions. Yes, the old passes away, the making way for the new. But it often seems the youngest are the ones who miss out the most. So it's good to have family reunions, to reminisce when possible, and allow the younger ones to understand where they come from, going back to their roots and the strong foundation. Because it gives them a sense of security and belonging. Because before a child gets to the age of greater accountability and independence, usually in their teenage years, but before then, children define themselves through their parents and, yes, family. So it's good and right that we should do such things when and if possible. Because through family, we learn a sense of community that extends to our country. Traditions that bond us not only as family, but as one people, the Americans. Yes, love of family and country, respect for authority, and civic responsibility are essential components which help make up a successful society. That's why I never like the terms Irish American, African, or Scottish Americans, because so often the hyphen is used to divide us. In the 1990s, there was a paid public advertisement that would often see on television or hear on radio that stated, "Our diversity is our strength." Well, that statement couldn't be further from the truth. Diversity is not America's strength. Freedom is America's strength. It was freedom that brought the people of different diversities into one group of like minds. You know, as shared here before, 80 years and 4 days ago, the D-Day invasion took place. Although notice this June the 6th passed by hardly a mention of it, as memory becomes lost to the ages, just like many families' history. And we'll often share here that if the study of math and sciences will give America a technological edge in the future, it'll be the study of history that'll keep that future free. But June the 6th was the anniversary of the greatest invasion that ever happened in human history. When on June the 6th, 1944, in the latter years of World War II, the Allies stormed the beaches of Normandy, France, to free the enslaved people of Europe under the rule of Nazi Germany, who at the time were attempting to murder all remaining Jews in Europe, in what we know today as the Holocaust, which God, as he often does, turned something bad into something good, and thus fulfilling his biblical prophecy that the Jewish people would return to their ancestral homeland of Israel, which God had given them thousands of years before. Some say, well, I don't believe that God did that. Well, then take it up with God. He's the one who said it. But on June the 6th, 1944, there were many Jewish families in hiding, 2 of which were in Holland, hoping to hold out for their deliverance. And a young girl by the name of Anne Frank wrote in her diary that day with excitement that could be read off the pages that the Americans had landed. She didn't say the Irish, Scottish, or African Americans. No, she only said the Americans. She didn't even mention the Canadians, English, or the few French commandos and ships that were also part of the invasion. She knew who would be responsible for her and her family's deliverance. Unfortunately, Anne Frank would run out of time as she and her family were reported by one of their neighbors, just like many across our state during the pandemic, were reported by their fellow neighbors and citizens at the request of our man-child Governor Andy Beshear through his tattletale hotline regarding fellow citizens not obeying his unconstitutional edicts. You see how history can repeat itself? Yes, their history is not that far apart from ours, is it? But Anne Frank's story would live on through her diary titled Diary of a Young Girl, even made into more than one movie and documentaries. Yes, diversity is not America's strength. Freedom is America's strength, and it is freedom that brought the people of different diversities into one group of like minds. That's why it's disappointing to see in our country today what we are witnessing in California in the attempt to remove illegal aliens, criminals from our country, and witnessing the burning of American flags while these illegals are carrying foreign flags of their countries on our shores and cities. You know, Joe has shared here during the Biden administration that if the ever time came when Trump was elected that we would witness such pushback from Biden's millions. The fact is, this pushback is what the liberal loons and Democrat Party were depending upon, supported by the anarchists, meaning the black cloth wimps and wusses known as the Antifa crowd, ignorant of history. But these socialist communists looking to be riled up by the words of Kamala, or Calamity Harris, Mayor Bass, and Governor Newsom. And now the president of Mexico is giving encouragement to the illegals from her country to continue this rampage. while Trump is in Camp David preparing for contingency plans and attacking Iran. I mean, that's really his reason for being in Camp David, in order to protect the world from a potential nuclear Iran, but in the same time wanting to protect American citizens here at home. And as such directed ICE to follow the law that Biden broke and get the illegal aliens out, beginning with the worst among them. And the left is fighting him, even calling him out for federalizing the National Guard when Governor Newsom and Bass would not order the protection of ICE and other federal agents, and using Trump's decision as a political opportunity to blame what is happening on Trump, which didn't bode well after the L.A. police chief said that his force was overwhelmed by the demonstrators, so obviously Trump did the right thing. And now sending in the Marines as well. And the left and the press are trying to send the message to an uninformed and uneducated American public that there's something unconstitutional or illegal about it, which couldn't be further from the truth, which is what we're all about here, Joe. There is nothing wrong with federalizing the National Guard or calling out the Marines. Did you know in George Washington's first term, he called out the militia and led them himself on horseback during the Whiskey Rebellion? At least Trump's not standing on top of an SUV leading the way, but he legally could be as commander-in-chief, as Washington did. And we appropriately call Washington the father of our country. But 13,000 militia he led. And then in September 1957, President Eisenhower, yes, the one who led the D-Day invasion in our forces in Europe during World War II, did more than federalize the National Guard. The governor of Arkansas failed to protect the 9 black students desegregating schools. Yes, Republican Eisenhower sent in over 1,000 troops of the 101st Airborne from Kentucky, and the National Guard patrolled the halls the whole year. And then in 1963, Democrat Kennedy federalized the National Guard in Alabama regarding desegregation. But Eisenhower stated our enemies are gloating over the incident and use it in everywhere to misrepresent our nation. He stated mob rule cannot be allowed to override the decision of the courts. Now, who and what does that sound like, Joe? History repeating itself? Just like Kennedy stated regarding the governor of Alabama, he has refused to respect either the law or the authority of courts for his own personal and political reasons so that he may later charge federal interference. Now, what does that also sound like? Yeah, history repeating itself. Governor Newsom. Kennedy stating we have no desire to intervene, but we must. Hey, you block streets, you're no longer peacefully protesting, you're rioting. But I noticed on the back of many of the Los Angeles Police Department, their last names read such as Garcia and other names from South America, who are legal immigrants having done it the right way. Yes, with the foreign flags, we realize we are witnessing not migrants, but an invasion. And if we want to keep our family and American culture traditions alive and well and free from these illegal aliens and tyrannical anarchists, then we need to let Trump, ICE, the National Guards, and yes, the Marines, for love of family and country, to do their job.
Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randyisms. We have them Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Got a lot to talk about over the next half hour here on the show. At 8:40, Ryan Owens, Boyle County Fair Board president, going to be calling in. Tonight is the opening night of the carnival for the Boyle County Fair, and we'll talk with Ryan about some of the standard activities that we usually see at the fair, but also a handful of new activities going on this year as well that you can experience at the Boyle County Fair. That'll be at 8:40 this morning. James the Gardener will be on about 8:45, giving us a gardening tip right between 8:45 and 8:50. 9 o'clock in the morning at 9:10, we've got Dusty Kentucky Music Preview on the show, and at 9:35 this morning, we're going to have either Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin with Stith Funeral Home and a Tuesday with Stith. It's all coming up next right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 65 degrees on this Tuesday morning, June the 10th.
Famous Recipe's been serving the best chicken in Danville since 1972. Lee's is proud to serve up money-saving $6 meals that include 2 strips or 2 pieces of dark meat, livers or gizzards, your choice of a side, plus a home-style buttermilk biscuit and drink, all of it just $6. Don't feel like cooking? Feed the family with an 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal that comes with large shareable sides and home-style buttermilk biscuits. For your next get-together, call Lee's, the expert caterers, at 859-236-8777. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe, the chicken specialist in Danville and South 4th.
Braden Evies, and I'm living in Harrodsburg. I work for Christy Welch. She's been helping my family for years. She's helped my aunt with a few houses, and then my mom. She was just awesome. As a first-time home buyer, I had a ton of questions, stuff I didn't know, and she helped me every step of the way. There's not enough good things I could say. She's great herself, but I know other realtors that she's gotten there, all great people as well. Absolutely, I would recommend them.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing expert. It's never been more important to keep in touch with current and potential customers. So whether you need to let your current customers know that you're open, get new customers for your business, or just generate more cash flow, radio can help. And radio dominates the car. Over 80% of people in their cars overwhelmingly use radio before going shopping. No other media comes close. Also, if the budget is important, radio has the best ROI of any media. That's right, it beats the internet, TV, billboard, and all other media. Your dollars reach more people and work harder with radio. So call us today and find out how radio can help grow your business.
Hi, I'm Robert Wagner, General Manager at Hometown Radio Network. Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to AdvertiseCentralKentucky.com. That's AdvertiseCentralKentucky.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Brady Joe, brought to you by Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open in Danville. Sunshine, a high of 80, a low tonight of 56. Sunshine and 82 is the high tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny and 86. It's 8:39 in the morning. It's 65 degrees. Tuesday, the 10th day of the month of June, and we are so glad to have you on the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning. 859-238-9447. That's 238-WHIR to call in this morning. What's going on with Pimmy and Wedding Planning with Pim?
Hi, I'm Timothy Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Are your ceremony and reception being held in different locations? Are you concerned out-of-town guests won't be able to find you? Does your caterer need to know the number of guests attending your reception? Then you'll need inserts. Invitation inserts are the components inserted into the invitation when it's mailed. You may need many or none of these, depending on your situation. They should be printed at the same time as the invitations on the same paper and print style. A reception card indicates the name and address of the reception venue, but it's perfectly all right to include the reception information at the bottom of the wedding invitation, especially if the reception is at the same location as the ceremony. You may want to include a directions card with accommodation information on the back for the convenience of your out-of-town guests. Then there's the response or reply card. You don't have to include one, but you'll get more RSVPs if you do. Reply cards can be accompanied by a self-addressed stamped envelope or printed in the form of a postcard, which requires less postage. Pew cards, sometimes called within the ribbon cards, are most often used in very large weddings when you want to see close friends and relatives in reserved sections. My love note, never ever include gift registry information in a wedding invitation. It's considered bad manners.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
Bright Leaf Golf Resort invites local golfers to come out and enjoy golf. Monday through Thursday, play with cart for just $45. Friday through Sunday is $50. Try our par 3 at night for only $15. Cool off with a daily pool pass for just $12, or get a season pool membership for $295. For more on pool memberships, visit Bright Leaf, and when you're hungry, swing by the 19th Hole Restaurant. Bright Leaf Golf Resort in Harrodsburg. Great golf, great fun, right here at home on Highway 127.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Hi, this is Susan Rogers with Chloe's Petals for Hope. We all have the power to promote positive mental health, whether by supporting someone who's going through a difficult time or instilling healthy habits in our children from an early age. Promote positive mental health wherever you are. Call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. It's free and confidential.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Hey, it's 8:42 in the morning. It is 65 degrees, Tuesday, the 10th day of June.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
Oh, you better believe it. The Boyle County Fair has their opening of the carnival tonight at the fairground location on Smoky Way in Danville. We are so glad to have on the show this morning Ryan Owens from the Boyle County Fair Board. Good morning, Ryan. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Joe. I'm good. How's everything going?
Oh, doing good, Ryan. Doing good. You all really, fair activities started up over the weekend. You had a day full of pageants on Saturday. I think yesterday you had the dog show. But when you think of the fair, the carnival, kind of the first thing that pops in your head. So today, the opening out of the carnival, Ryan, tell us what we can expect from the Boyle County Fair, night number 1 of the carnival tonight.
Of course, the Midway opens at 6. We'll have the Highland Cow experience. It starts at 6, drag racing. And then this year we've got the all-new Sea Lion show. They were set up last night and we were watching it. It's going to be pretty cool to watch.
Okay.
Helicopter rides. The petting zoo's there. They've got a couple kangaroos. They've got horse rides. And then they also got the pig race with them this year, too.
Awesome. Good stuff. Now, we know it's $15 to get in, Ryan. So what does the $15 cover? Because there is some extra activities that you're going to want to bring money to be able to experience. But what does the $15 get you to get in?
The $15 covers the drag racing, all the special events. Of course, there's food that you want to bring money for, the helicopter rides, and then the Highland experience is a little cost extra. But you get all the carnival rides, the motorsports events, and then the Sea Lion show, the magician, things like that are all included in the $15.
Okay, so the Sea Lion show is new. The Highland Cow experience, you say, cost a little bit extra. What is the Highland Cow experience about?
Mm-hmm. You can actually get in a pen with them, hug, comb,
wow,
cuddle. It's evidently a huge hit all over from what we have found out.
So you get to get into the pen with a cow, and you can have a moment where you get to comb the cow's, I guess, fur, hair. You can hug the cows. These cows are used to this, then.
Absolutely. Get your picture took. They're also miniature Highland cows. So, I mean, they're little, whole lot smaller than a regular cow than what you would see on the farm.
Okay, there you go. So all of this starts at 6 o'clock tonight. And, of course, no fair is complete, Ryan, without the fair food. And so what kind of fair food do you have lined up for this year at the Boyle County Fair?
We have the authentic Mexican foods there, hibachi, Taylor's Bell ice cream is here this year. We have mini donuts, the Lions Club, Little Caesars Pizza, of course the deep fried Oreos, corn dogs, funnel cakes, chocolate, frozen bananas. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
We're excited about it, Ryan. For those who maybe have not been to the fair at the new locations, this you all second or third year there? Third year. So tell us how we get to it, where we park, things of that nature.
Just come around the bypass behind the fire station. You'll go to the second entrance there at Monticello Bank. Turn in, come down Smoky Way, turn right in. Parking we've got set up. We've also this year that we want to tell everybody we've added more seating and better sound on the motorsports track. Obviously with the rain, we are putting some rock down and some stuff today to help dry everything up. So, should be fairly easy getting in and out today.
Yeah, and we're looking, Ryan, today, tomorrow, Thursday, and really Friday as well. It's looking pretty good weather-wise, and a lot of times you can't say that for fair weather regardless of where it seems like it always rains, regardless of where the fair is in whatever county it is. It rains on Fair Week, but we're looking good for weather, Ryan, this week.
I'll take it, and I'm hoping Saturday will blow out, and we'll get it in also. So it looks like it's going to be a great week.
We love it. Ryan Owens, Boyle County Fair Board President. It's boylefair.com as the website, and you can click on the schedule of events there. Again, today, night number 1, the carnival opens at 6 o'clock, and the KOI drag racing is starting at 7 o'clock tonight at the motorsports track at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way here in Danville. Ryan, we're excited about it. Look forward to talking to you. Feel free to call in every morning if you want to, okay?
Sounds great. Talk to you tomorrow, Joe.
Yes, sir. You too. Bye. That's Ryan Owens, Boyle County Fair Board President. BoyleFair.com is the website. I still got some music playing in the background here. That was the Allman Brothers Band playing. We were talking about food, and what segment is more food-oriented than this one? Grub Gab, the world of food where you can just eat it. Here we go. Yeah, you get fair food tonight, but you get Arby's offering a limited-time deal that includes any 2 of its gyros for $7 at participating locations nationwide. You can have your choice of 2 Greek gyros or 2 beef gyros, or 1 of each for just $7. The Greek gyro features flame-seared, knife-carved gyro meat with shredded lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, tzatziki sauce, and signature gyro seasoning on warm pita bread. The roast beef gyro substitutes gyro meat with thinly sliced roast beef and includes the same ingredients. The Arby's 2 for $7 gyro deal is available for a limited time at participating Arby's locations nationwide. Hey, let's go get some pizza. Papa John's has just announced that their fan favorite Shaq-a-Roni is coming to menus as a permanent item this week. The pizza that was described as the largest foldable slice ever was first introduced in the summer of 2020 and is an extra large pizza cut into 8 shareable slices and is loaded extra cheese and extra pepperoni on Papa John's original dough. It's priced starting at $15.99, and prices may vary. Shaquille O'Neal is also sharing Shaq-a-Roni pizzas with organizations that are dedicated to meaningful work, like youth leadership and entrepreneurs in cities that have helped him in his career, like Orlando, Miami, LA, and Baton Rouge, where Shaq played basketball, Las Vegas, where the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation is, and Atlanta, the city where Shaq and his team serve Papa John's pizza to local communities and restaurants he owns. The Shaq-a-Roni pizza is on Papa John's menus nationwide right now. And Mountain Dew is bringing back a cold favorite flavor in time for summer. Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl. Instagrammer Tyler Bowers posted the details and said Infinite Swirl is finally back with a shiny, brand new, incredible look, and has already been spotted in California and Massachusetts. He says it's an explosion of pineapple and strawberry flavors. He goes on to say that the returning Infinite Swirl will be exclusively offered at 7-Eleven, Speedway, and Stripes for a limited time only, with a target release date of June 17th. That's a week from today. It's also said to be offered as fountain drinks and Slurpees in addition to the bottled product. Mountain Dew is bringing back cult favorite Infinite Swirl flavor. Papa John's adds Shaq-a-Roni pizza to the menu permanently. And Arby's, a 2 for €7. Grub Gab, where you can just eat it. James the Gardener gives us a gardening tip coming your way next.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. ESPN is reporting that Kentucky football assistant Vince Marrow is leaving UK and going to Louisville. WKYT-TV says that UK told them only that Marrow has not officially resigned. The ESPN report said that Merrill would become the general manager of the U of L football program and would oversee roster management, recruiting, and the transfer portal. Merrill's listed as UK's associate head coach, tight ends coach, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison. He's been with Mark Stoops' staff since Stoops arrived in December of 2012. Merrill had turned down an offer to be the head football coach at Bowling Green earlier this year. Despite the news about Merrill, UK football picked up its third commit from the class of 2026 yesterday. Three-star wide receiver Prince Jean from Valdosta, Georgia, selected the Wildcats over several other schools, including Mississippi State, Georgia, Virginia, and Kansas State. Murray State is headed to the NCAA's College Baseball World Series. The Racers downed Duke last night 5-4 to advance to their first-ever trip to Omaha. Murray State will play UCLA this Saturday. The other matchups, Louisville versus Oregon State, Arkansas versus LSU, and Coastal Carolina versus Arizona. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati manager Terry Francona beat his former team in Cleveland again last night, 7-4. The Reds have beaten the Guardians in all four meetings this season under Francona. Jake Fraley and T.J. Friedel homered for the Reds. Elsewhere, two losing streaks ended in the National League Monday. Chris Sale struck out 11 as the Braves ended their 7-game skid with a 7-1 win at the Brewers. The Phillies halted their 5-game slide by edging the Cubs 4-3 in 11 innings. It was the Dodgers 8, Padres 7, Pirates 10, Marlins 3, Blue Jays 5, Cardinals 4, Rays 10, Red Sox 8, Diamondbacks 8, Mariners 4, and Angels 7, Athletics 4. In the Stanley Cup Finals last night in Sunrise, Florida, the Panthers crushed Edmonton 7-1. Florida leads the Oilers 2-1. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to graceland-ky.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Discover the power of radio. If you own a retail business, you should consider radio to influence new and repeat customers throughout the buying cycle. People frequently compare prices, quality, and service. You want your name to be consistently fresh in their minds when they ultimately decide to make their purchase. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All righty, Danville Auto Body Shop, top of the line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Dabs, Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high today of 80. A low tonight, 56. Sunshine and 82 tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny, 86 is the high. It's 8:56 in the morning right now. It's Tuesday, the 10th day of June. I didn't realize that James the Gardener was not here today, so I've been promoting James is going to be on, and that's my fault. But we have the substitute. Super Dave is on here. Now, Super Dave's not going to give us gardening tips.
No.
As James would do. But he is going to be able to chime in on what's gone on this date in music history that's made this date a date to remember in music history, rock and roll, pop, and R&B. Starting off on this date, 1967, where this album went #1 on the UK charts. And this album was monumental, not just because it's considered one of the greatest albums of all time, but it also did something that no album has ever done up to this point. And we'll tell you about that coming up here in just a second.
Take you down, 'cause I'm going to
This, of course, is the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Went number 1 on this date, 1967. It cost $42,500 to make this album. Recorded over 700 hours of studio time to get this album recorded. Wow. It was the first album, Super Dave, to print the lyrics on the sleeve of the cover of the album.
Cool.
Spent 27 weeks at number 1 of the UK charts. Wow, beginning on this date, 1967.
To be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to.
There you go. It was on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1975, where this group released their 4th album, an album called One of These Nights. Do you know who this is, Super Dave?
Yeah. That's the Eagles.
The Eagles. Became their first number 1 album on Billboard's chart. The album produced 3 top 10 singles. One of These Nights, which you're hearing right now. I think this is One of These Nights. No, this is Lion Eyes. Sorry, Lion Eyes is the one I played. Lion Eyes, the other one. And then Take It to the Limit, the 3 songs that the Eagles all had top 10 from this album.
I have that on vinyl.
Got it on vinyl. One of These Nights, released on this date, 75.
Late at night, a big old house gets lonely.
And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in 2004. One of the all-time greats died at the age of 73 on this date, 2004.
Georgia.
I think you had it right, Super Dave. Ray Charles died on this date, 2004. That was without Super Dave even looking over here. He knew it. Glaucoma rendered Charles blind at the age of 6. He scored the 1962 U.S. number 1 single, I Can't Stop Loving You, plus over 30 other U.S. top 40 singles, and the 2005 U.S. number 1 album, Genius Loves Company. Charles, who was married twice and fathered 12 children by 9 different women, appeared in the 1980 hit movie The Blues Brothers, was also the winner of 17 Grammy Awards. On this day, 2004, Ray Charles died at the age of 73.
Joe, I remember it well because my mother died just a few days before that.
Oh, wow. So a few days before Ray Charles died in 2004, you said your mother passed away. So it happened on this day, 2004, Ray Charles at the age of 73. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. Dusty's going to be on here with the Kentucky Music Preview, and then a Tuesday with Steph coming up next. After that at 9:35 right here on The Joe Show. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. LAPD says federal help in dealing with anti-immigration enforcement protests isn't necessary. Police Chief Jim McDonald said that having military forces in the city without clear coordination will present a significant challenge for officers trying to keep the city safe. The chief said the city has decades of experience handling large-scale demonstrations. And L.A. Mayor Karen Bass wants military out of her city.
There is absolutely nothing going on that requires the military. Our combined forces in law enforcement with the sheriffs, the CHP, and LAPD is enough to handle this. And so now bringing in the military, something that is unprecedented in our country, bringing the military in is just going to aggravate the situation more.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is condemning violence in the L.A. immigration enforcement protests. More from Mark Mayfield.
At a news briefing, Sheinbaum urged the Mexican community in the U.S. to stay peaceful. At the same time, she promised her government has an unwavering commitment to the protection and defense of the human rights of Mexicans, regardless of their immigration status. She said immigrants deserve due process in the U.S. and said Mexico would use all diplomatic channels to make its position clear. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The United States and China are continuing their efforts to avoid an all-out trade war. Laura Westbrook reports top officials from both countries are in London for a second day of trade talks.
President Donald Trump indicated that the first day of talks were encouraging, telling reporters that he was only getting good reports. The U.S. says China has been too slow to release exports of rare earth metals and magnets.
Those are essential for manufacturing a variety of items, including smartphones and electric cars. China's concerns include access to high-tech American products such as computer chips and student visas for Chinese students. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
KSR, and summertime is finally here. So whether you ride, pedal, walk, or drive, Kentuckians are reminded to follow the rules of the road as traffic increases across the state. Buckle up, put your phone down, obey the speed limit, and always travel sober. If riding a bike or motorcycle, wear a helmet. If you're walking, stay visible. Let's work together for the safety of everyone using our roadways. Be safe, Kentucky. It's brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Office of Highway Safety.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Blake Lively's lawsuit against It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni is moving forward after a federal judge dismissed Baldoni's $400 million countersuit. Sam Brock with more.
Baldoni's countersuit came just 2 weeks after Lively sued him and others tied to the film for sexual harassment and a coordinated campaign to ruin her reputation, which Baldoni denies.
Baldoni had also included Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, and the New York Times in his suit. The judge rejected Baldoni's claim that Lively's accusations were part of a campaign to defame him, but said he could refile his contract-related complaints by June 23rd. Lively's lawsuit against Baldoni is set for trial in March. New York lawmakers have voted to approve a bill that would legalize assisted suicide across the state. Tammy Trujillo with more.
The controversial legislation, dubbed the Medical Aid in Dying Act, was designed to allow a doctor to prescribe life-ending drugs to people with 6 months or less to live. The state Senate voted 35-27 in favor of the measure. Its future, though, with Governor Kathy Hochul, remains unclear. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Thousands of NIH scientists are demanding a reversal to drastic changes made at the agency. More from Lisa Taylor.
More than 2,000 staffers issued a letter addressed to their director titled the Bethesda Declaration and said, "We dissent to administration policies that undermine the NIH mission, waste public resources, and harm the health of Americans and people across the globe." The agency's director responded to the letter by saying changes have been made in an effort to remove ideological influence from science, and he added, as NIH priorities evolve, so must our staffing to stay mission-focused and responsibly manage taxpayer dollars.
Eminem is suing Meta, saying it allows the use of his songs without permission. The lawsuit was filed Friday in federal court. He's seeking $110 million. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Gavin vows sanctuary to all who seek it, and it has come at a very high fiscal cost, not just to the state of California, but also to the country. Total cost federal, local government, $182 billion, and California only pays 1/6 of that money, and they're the sanctuary state. What does sanctuary mean? To me, where I grew up, that is aiding and abetting in law breaking. He cares so much about the so-called rights of illegals, he puts it over the safety of the people of California. And the reason I keep asking Gavin whether or not he's ever picked up a phone and called any of the victims' families is because I doubt he ever did. And I'm asking, if so, when and who?
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, did you hear that Florida just legalized gold and silver? Yep, my new home state, the free state of Florida, has made it legal to use gold and silver as money. Now, Governor DeSantis explained it all by saying, this is our ability to give you the financial freedom to be able to protect yourself against the declining value of the dollar. This is exactly why I partnered with a top precious metals company myself. If you want to learn more about how gold and silver can help protect your money, if you want to inform yourself, do your due diligence, reach out to my partners at Goldco. They're a great company. I'm a customer. They've helped me out tremendously. Check them out on the web, HannityGold.com, or call, no obligation, 855-815-GOLD. Get their free 2025 gold and silver kit. You'll also learn about their unlimited bonus silver offer. That's 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com. That's HannityGold.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at boylefair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work at their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high today, 79, a low tonight, 56. Sunny and 82 tomorrow. Thursday, sunny and 86. Friday, you get sunny skies and 85. Father's Day weekend not looking real good weather-wise, Dusty.
Okay. I didn't even know it was Father's Day weekend.
A weekend made for you, Dusty.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Don't worry, there's probably a lot of... Look, let's just be honest here. Father's Day and Mother's Day are not looked upon in the same light.
No, it is different.
It is different. It is okay to forget about Father's Day weekend.
Right, yeah.
It is not okay to forget about Mother's Day weekend.
Never.
And I'm here to say I don't think that's real fair. But I'm not the one that makes the rules for the world to follow. And the world follows the rules that Mother's Day weekend is much more important than Father's Day weekend.
Isn't Mother's Day weekend where less crimes happen?
Probably so.
I think that's a statistic.
Yeah, probably because you don't want to disappoint Mom on Mother's Day weekend.
Right.
You're not going to go rob a bank.
Everybody's on their best behavior.
Yeah, because Mom, it's about Mom.
Right.
But it is Father's Day weekend, and there's lots of rain Saturday and Sunday.
I think my kids have birthday parties that we have to attend on Father's Day.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Well, Father's Day Sunday, so they're having Father's Day birthday party. Somebody is?
Somebody is, okay. Yeah. And I'll be there.
There you go.
With my
kids. Look, you can't even have the kid's birthday without the father. I mean, the father has to have a process in making the kid in which you're celebrating.
Yeah,
so let's just have it on Father's Day weekend.
Right. It'll be fine.
It's cool.
It'll be all right.
All right now, 9:12 in the morning, 65 degrees here in Danville. Dusty is in studio with us this morning. What's up, Dusty?
Well, it's VBS week at Calvary Baptist here in Danville, Kentucky.
Cool. What's the VBS theme?
We're superheroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so,
Dusty Man.
No, I'm just the sound guy, right?
Sound man.
The skit that they do or whatever is about they have like a person who has super strength and another person has super speed. Then the Vanisher, which is it's funny because like the Vanisher, you don't know if they're there or not sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he vanishes.
Yeah, they vanish. Yeah.
Thin air. That makes sense.
And then the Nemesis, which is what the evildoer is called.
Satan.
No, he's just called Nemesis.
Devil Man.
He steals the voiceover guy. Or he kidnaps the voiceover guy.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's funny.
So is that the Big Daddy? Is Big Daddy going to get
They're all played
kidnapped?
by youth.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no adults. But I did do like it's called a pitch shift. It's one of the effects that I can do, and so I made it like he's like the Nemesis guy comes over the microphone.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
See, that's what you get when your churchgoer is also the co-owner of a sound company.
Right? Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna do this.
Why not?
Not asking.
I know
questions.
how to do this.
Yep.
Yeah. Can I send Jack with his Kylo Ren mask on?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Jack's got a Kylo Ren mask that lights up. He's been real big into Star Wars recently.
Nice.
I mean, I like Star Wars too.
Yeah.
But his Kylo Ren mask lights up red and stuff like that. And he's got the mark through his mask, and it lights up red. Yeah. So, I'll have to send Jack on his Kylo Ren mask. But that starts tonight?
No,
or
it
last
started
night?
Sunday, but it goes through Thursday.
Okay.
So
got a couple more days to make it.
Yeah, and if you want to bring your kid by, that's fine. We start at around 6 o'clock, and it's like a sports kind of VBS. So you get to choose football, wiffle ball, volleyball, and there's another basketball. That's the other one. So it's like you can go off in different groups and go to the different sports, but there's also like a lesson and snack, which is everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
And stuff of that nature. And then you meet up at the very beginning, the very end in the sanctuary where there's some praise music and a little skit, and then you go about your business. It's a lot of fun.
You go.
Or as some parents like to look at it, free child care.
Yeah, well,
right.
Free child care and learning about Jesus. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Right? It's good stuff. I had a wedding this weekend that we did. It was a really bougie wedding, Joe. Like they could smell the dirt in my blood type wedding, right?
Like you wouldn't have been welcome there.
Oh no,
had you not been the sound guy.
Yeah.
You would never been invited.
I would have never been invited unless I was working it. It was to the point where I had never seen this, where the wait staff, right, the people who bring you your food and stuff. So it's like full service dinner, like multiple courses, and they all come in at once, and then they turn to the table and present. And then they take up the dishes and then all walk out, right? Like all like as a unit. It was very organized.
Where was it?
It was called the I don't want to say because that's fine. The only thing that was it was like because I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, and it was like just kind of you catch you're just eavesdropping on different conversations, but someone told me it's like $40,000 to rent.
No.
And I was like, that.
So does the waitstaff come with the rental?
I think so. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Like there are people that you can hire to act like butlers to come around and move like that, like robots.
Yeah.
But they come trained that way.
Right.
They've worked.
And it was a very nice kitchen, very nice setup. You do like the ceremony and the reception there. The only thing though, because if that is true, again, that's just allegedly. Like that's just what I overheard. I have not checked the prices myself, but. Their air conditioning sucks. It was
loud?
No, it was just hot and sweaty. Like it was. I don't want to say it was too hot, but it was just like you could tell that like it was not like it must have been a brisk 78, right?
Yeah.
And so,
all right, someone texted me and said, I bet it was this place. And I'm not going to say it because you didn't want to say it, so I'm not going to say it.
Right.
Said, I have been to a couple weddings of that place.
Yeah, I mean, they had like raised bed gardens outside. It was beautiful.
All right, it's Mr. Packett who's telling. Mr. Packett, does this place have raised bed gardens outside, and is it hot because the air conditioning doesn't work?
Well, I mean, it was just very...
That could have been the first week. It could have broke that day for all we know.
For all we know, but I was just sitting there because it was like, because there was a wedding band, and you know, we had a good time. Vinyl Richie played, and Denver is now back with Vinyl Richie, and he brought a muted trumpet, and so it was very that muted trumpet sound always reminds me of like the noir 1920s. Like I want to get a trench coat and a cigarette and be like, I saw her walk in and I knew she was trouble, right? Okay, but this is the debate we had because we had time to kill.
Good.
If I say I am going camping this Friday. Or if I'm going camping next Friday.
I know exactly how to answer it.
Okay, which Friday is it?
Which one? Are you saying this Friday?
Oh, okay, this Friday would be this coming Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Next Friday would be the 20th.
Okay, see, I disagree. This Friday, it would be the 13th, but if I say I'm going camping next Friday.
It's also the 13th for you?
It's also, because it's the next coming Friday.
I have heard people... I think that you're wrong, but I have heard people say it that way before.
Talking to my wife.
So there's a difference between this and next. This is this upcoming Friday.
Yes,
next Friday is not this Friday. It's the Friday after this Friday.
So here's where the conundrum comes in. If I say I'm going camping this Tuesday, am I going camping today or am I going camping the next Tuesday?
No one would say this Tuesday. They would say today.
People do.
I would if you're one of those that says I'm going camping this Tuesday and today's Tuesday, I am going to think it's today, but I'm going to say, why are you saying this Tuesday? Do you mean today? I'm going to clarify so to make sure we're on the same page.
So in keeping up with that, like I have to clarify now because apparently I'm the one who just misunderstands and is wrong all the time.
So then what's the collective answer from everyone else? Next Friday and this Friday, what does everybody else think in this debate? Who did you debate with? Just your wife?
No, the band. This is what the band, like as we were grubbing in the basement because they sequestered us.
Because you didn't belong.
Yeah, they don't want to see the help eat, right? So we were down there, and then that was the debate because they were debating on like, oh, well, we have rehearsal next Tuesday. People were like, oh, is this like this coming Tuesday or is it next Tuesday? And then one of the drummers like, oh, it's next Tuesday, like 2 weeks from now. And I'm like, no, it's the next Tuesday.
But what did the band collectively think?
I think the band collectively thinks that it is the upcoming, like it's the very next one to arrive.
So then they would think I'm wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Dion was with you.
Thank you, Dion. Me and Dion go way back.
Dion Sanders.
We're good friends. We've known each other for quite some time. And what really brought us together was our agreement on how to say this Tuesday and next Tuesday.
But now, whenever I schedule appointments, because I have to meet random people at random places, at random wherever, right? I always have to specify. I'll say, hey, I'm coming next Tuesday. And I put the actual date and time I will be there, so there's no confusion.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm coming Tuesday, June 17th at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And so, but it was just weird because I'm like, well, no, like next Tuesday would be the next coming Tuesday, not 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Like it's the next one coming. Why would that be different?
Because that's not the next Tuesday. That's this Tuesday.
No, but it's the next Tuesday.
No, the next Tuesday follows this Tuesday.
No, but that's not the next. If you say I am up next, you're not going to wait till, 7 people down the road, right?
I'm going to see what Mr. Packett thinks of it. He's listening. How would Mr. Packett say, does this and next essentially mean the same thing is what you're saying?
Yes.
This Friday is the same as next Friday.
Correct.
To me, this Friday is June 13th. Next Friday is June 20th.
But I can see if you're using it in the same sentence. I understand that. But if you're using it because if you're like, oh no, this Friday we're doing this, then the next Friday I'm doing that, that's fine. But if you were to say, hey Joe, I'll see you next Friday.
I would think it's June 20th.
You wouldn't think I'm coming this coming Friday?
No, because I would think
Friday.
you would say this Friday if you meant this Friday.
Yeah, well, English is hard.
It is. Speaking of, I've got a great list, and I don't know if we'll have enough time to get to it, of words in the English language that sound naughty but aren't. But I don't know if we'll get to it. By the way, Mr. Packett says this Friday is the 13th. Next Friday is the 20th. He agrees with me.
Oh, come on.
He's in agreement with me.
Well,
all right, Dustin, what we got going on in music?
Music-wise, there's a bunch of stuff going on because, like, your summer concert series are starting to kick off, your weekend festivals, stuff of that nature. Weather's warming up, so a lot more outdoor events are coming along. But if you're looking for something to do tonight, you can go catch Punch Brothers at the Kentucky Theater there in Lexington, Kentucky, which is awesome. Go check out the Kentucky Theater. Is an amazing old theater, so it's nice.
Okay.
And then the local weatherman will be at the Fish Tank. And it sounds different than what you think. So the local weatherman, just imagine weathermen performing music, and that's what you get. Then Wednesday, tomorrow, or the next Wednesday, would be the Hills.
Well, you could say this Wednesday,
or this
but at the same time, no one would say that for tomorrow. You would say tomorrow, not this Wednesday, because it's just tomorrow.
It's this Wednesday, not that Wednesday. But the Hills will be at Red Barn Radio. You can go check them out. The Poe Ramblin' Boys will be at Spirit of the Bluegrass in Lexington, Kentucky. Mustang Spectacular on that Steve Smith music site. Well, I don't know. Is that his whole name? That's weird. We'll be at the Kentucky Horse Park.
What, that can't be his performing. Steve Smith music site?
Steve Smith music site, yeah. Which is at the Kentucky Horse Park. I'm sure that, sometimes they use this just to, schedule their stuff, so I don't know what's going on. Meadows, which is if you like that, basically the genre that we'll probably never play on this segment, like that hard metal, Meadows will be at Enrich in Kentucky. And then Ryan Adams will be at the Lexington Opera House. This is all happening Thursday. No Treaty will also be there at Enrich for Richmond. If you want to go check out them.
Okay.
This Friday, the Pretty Goods will be playing at the Shelby County Fairgrounds.
I like the name of that group, the Pretty Goods.
They're pretty good. The Pretty Goods. And then Stick Tight will be at the Willows in Harrodsburg. That's close enough Joe could drive if you want to go check out Stick Tight.
Cool.
Magnolia Boulevard will be at the Moondance Amphitheater on Friday as well. Let's see who else. What we got? Front Porch Fridays will feature Chelsea Nolan there in Stanton City Park in Stanton, Kentucky.
Okay.
B. Taylor is coming to Liberty down there as part of as part of their concert series. So it's B. Taylor. That'll be on June 13th, and Logan Halstead will be at the next one, July 11th. One day before my birthday.
Gnarly, bro.
The one that we are previewing will be part of the Downtown Summer Concert Series there in Frankfort, Kentucky. I'm going to take you back in time with this one because he has a very classic old sound. It does kind of start right off, Joe.
Okay.
But
a hard start.
Yeah, hard start. This group is called Jackson and the Janks.
Jackson and the Janks. Let's Leave Here is the name of the song. Here it is. Sounds like they're playing the kazoo or something.
It's a big Barry sax.
Barry sax?
Yeah, the deep one, right?
Remember the Patrick way she sang? She opened up her throat and she spread her wings. Look all around, can't hear a thing. Bubble pop, sing and stop, people all shut in. Once was a time you could hear loud noises. Folk sign through a cried out voice. Another day lost in the wind, blown into the dim. The gates are dropped, the silver stop at the shop on the corner. The gates are dropped, the silver stop at the shop on the corner. We got to leave here before something happens. Gotta leave here before something happens. Leave here.
you go. It's Jackson of the Janks.
Yes, they're going to be...
Let's leave here, the name of the song.
They're going to be down there in Frankfurt as part of their summer concert series. I personally like this old type of sound. If you like this, you're going to love like Pokey Lafarge, who we've played on here before, with like the horns, kind of that classic sound, right? And like you're just snapping your fingers. What are they called? Flapper dresses. I imagine there's going to be a lot of them there.
Yeah.
Joe will be sporting one. It'll be good.
A flapper dress?
Sure.
No.
No, you're good?
No.
Not your style?
No. So that's Jackson of the Janks.
Yes.
And that'll be a good concert to go to downtown Frankfurt.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff happening there in the cities. Those are all free, by the way, like your Liberty one, the downtown series in Frankfurt, stuff of that nature. So,
cool.
I mean, like, if you're just wanting to go, have a good time, you know, just get a food truck and some delicious food and go enjoy just some nice bands.
There you go. All right, Dusty, today is National Iced Tea Day.
Okay.
But kind of along the same vein, people, you know, they love to drink sweet tea, iced tea. It's considered kind of the unofficial beverage of summer, I think, for many people. You're sitting on the porch, you're drinking sweet tea.
I like the sweet tea.
Along that same conversation we had with Super Dave earlier this morning about condiments and sauces.
Okay.
And we talked about some weird condiment and food mashups that maybe you like, not specifically you, but just the listeners like, that maybe not everybody else likes. Mine was... Mustard and sausage biscuit.
And that's actually really good.
That is very good.
Yes, you've turned me on to that.
Although, and some people like, ooh, that sounds gross, but my motto is you can't knock it until you try it. You have to try it first. You can't just say I'm disgusting and then not even try it.
I always tell my kids that. They're like, ew, and I'm like, no, you got to try it.
Try it out first.
Then if you decide you don't like it after you tried it, we're going to try it again in a few more years.
Yeah.
Because you'll develop a better taste.
So do you have one, Dusty, like a condiment food
I like
mashup?
Mayonnaise with my sweet potato fries.
Okay.
I've
heard of that before. I don't think that's too off the wall.
Okay, I also get if I get Chick-fil-A at any point, I get a bunch of their mayonnaise, and I always have to ask, because it's like if I ask for mayonnaise, they give me one packet.
They do that with mustard too, and mustard comes in smaller packs. I'm like, are we doing wartime rations?
Right.
Why are you handing me one pack of mustard?
Right, and so I always ask, can I have 6 packets of mayonnaise, please? Because I put it on their fries and their hash browns.
Chick-fil-A does have good mayonnaise.
It does. It's really good. But I like mayonnaise. I'm not a big ketchup fan, so I always choose mayonnaise over that.
Okay. Speaking of good condiments, I don't know if we told this story or not. We went to Giovanni's.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. And I was telling the waitress at Giovanni's how good their ranch is at Giovanni's.
Yes, it is very good.
And she knew. She was like, oh, we had to kick someone out last week because they were putting the ranch in their purse. Like they were filling up cups of ranch. And we had to tell them to leave because they were smuggling ranch out of Giovanni's. And I said, well, I kind of get it. Yeah. It's that good. I don't know what it is.
I'm not even imagining there's not even a plastic bag or any Tupperware.
They're just spoonfuls of ranch.
Right. Scraping it off into the purse.
Yeah.
It's just their ranch purse.
So if you like ranch, Giovanni's.
Make sure you bring the ranch purse.
It's 9:30 in the morning. News is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A deadly officer-involved shooting in Allen County now under investigation. Kentucky State Police report on Friday afternoon, officers were called to a home on Shockley Road in Scottsville for a report of a domestic disturbance. Arriving officers found 42-year-old Joshua Stanka armed with a gun. A deputy opened fire, striking and killing him. An investigation into the incident is ongoing. A Louisville soldier sorting through what's left of his house after a month-long deployment. John Shannon with more.
I was upset. That was the first thing that crossed my mind, just being completely upset.
Brandon Branch is a sergeant in the U.S. Army Reserves. Last month, after spending 30 days deployed to California, Sergeant Branch said he came home to find his residence on Southern Parkway had been broken into, ransacked, his belongings gone. He spoke with WLKY.
It was just terrible. They took all my shoes, clothes, personal belongings.
Nothing was left untouched by the thieves. Now Branch is trying to gather the most basic necessities to start putting his home back together. He says that to have this happen while serving his country is, quote, disheartening, especially since it's the second time his house has been broken into. Branch has launched a GoFundMe campaign, and he's also taken steps to report the incident to authorities and his insurance. I'm John Shannon.
A Norfolk, Kentucky high school mourning the loss of a football coach and teacher. Dave Trosper was the head football coach at Connors since 2007. He was also a business teacher at the school. He passed away Saturday at the age of 55 from a heart attack. A festival featuring hip-hop artists coming to Norfolk, Kentucky. The Tacos and Tequila Festival takes place on October 4th at Thomas More Stadium, home of the Florence Yalls. Artists include Little John, Bow Wow, and more. The festival will also feature tequila bars, tacos, an exotic car showcase, and more. The festival is only for those 21 years and up. More information found on tacosandtequilafestival.com. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
At their new location in Danville, behind the fire station on the bypass, Smoky Way. It's the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair. There's plenty of fun tonight. Come out for the first night of the Carnival Midway Food and Rides. Tonight's big events include the KOI drag racing, all new sea lion shows, magic shows with America's favorite magician, Mark Conley, helicopter rides, pony rides, all-American petting zoo, big races, and mechanical bull rides. Check out the Fluffy Cow Experience. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admission $15. Championship Wrestling is Friday. Championship Cage Fighting is Saturday. And Demo Derby is Friday and Saturday nights. Get more info at BoyleFair.com. See you at the new fairgrounds on the south side of Danville behind the bypass fire station on Smoky Way. Bring the family out to the Whitaker Bank Boyle County Fair this Tuesday through Saturday night.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Boyle County Fair is here.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's opening night for the Boyle County Fair. $15 gets you in the doors, which open at 6 and includes all the rides and shows. Tonight's featured event is the KOI drag racing event at the Motorsports Track. It all starts tonight at 6 o'clock at the Boyle County Fairgrounds on Smoky Way. You can see the entire list of events online at BoyleFair.com. Boyle County students will continue to receive a breakfast and lunch next year at no cost. Boyle County Schools announced they'll continue to operate the community eligibility provision at each of their 5 schools. This is possible because of the increased participation that happened last year, as well as the participation in the summer meals program as well. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. On the agenda today includes an update from Library Director Colleen Hall, Farmers Market Interim Director Dan Crossfield, and County Attorney Chris Herron, among many other guests. It's today at 9 o'clock in the morning. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Lincoln County school staff is getting a raise. The Lincoln County Board of Education has approved a raise for all of its employees for the 2025-26 school year. Certified and classified staff will be getting a 3% raise, meaning over the last 2 years, it's been a 10% raise when you couple it with last year's 7% raise. It's an even bigger raise if you go back to the 2019-2020 school year, where certified staff has seen an increase of about 18%, while other positions like custodian, cook, bus driver, maintenance, and bookkeeper have also received sizable raises. This marks the 5th straight year that both certified and classified staff will be getting raises at Lincoln County schools. And remember, today is one of the 2 informational open houses on a proposed 40-mile natural gas pipeline that would stretch from Lincoln through Pulaski County. The proposed pipeline would begin at TC Energy's existing Columbia Gulf transmission mainline system and extend south to a newly constructed meter near the East Kentucky Power Cooperative's John Sherman Cooper Power Station in Pulaski County. Today's informational meeting will happen from 4 until 7 at the First Southern Veterans Park Rec Center in Stanford. The project is still a long way off, with projections not having construction to begin until early 2028. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, inviting you to our annual cruise-in on Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2 at the showroom on Lebanon Road. We will have classic cars, great food, door prizes, a live DJ, and fun for the whole family. Admission is free, and all proceeds will go to Pioneer Vocational Services right here in Danville. Don't miss it, Saturday, June the 14th from 11 to 2, where cars and community come together.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, equal housing lender on the Danville Bypass.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
All right, appreciate that, Rayleigh. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter. And right by our insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Mark or Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. Sunshine, 79 is the high. 82 tomorrow. 86 on Thursday. 85 on Friday. And then rain showers will mess up the weekend. Right now, it's 9:38 in the morning, and it is a Tuesday with Stith. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you.
Jim.
And we welcome onto the show.
Good morning.
And Yeager.
Good morning. It is officially summer now. Like full on 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Hot.
Yeah. And cicadas all over the place. How are you all, like, graveside outdoor weddings? Are you having to deal with
funerals,
cicadas?
Outdoor funerals, not outdoor weddings.
Graveside weddings? That'd be a weird one to go
Well,
to.
let me tell you, stick fans come in handy for multiple things
Yeah,
this time
get
of
outta
year. Yes, because the other day so I'm not bothered by flying things. Like if there's a wasp in the room, I'm the one who's going to kill it. I'm going to go on the attack and like kill it.
You're the predator.
Well,
You will not be the prey.
I figure that I am a person and it is a bug and I can squash it.
You're at the top of the chain.
Yeah. So, but it is funny at the cemetery because I thought cicadas were in trees, but they live in the ground. I've learned all kinds of things about them because my daughter was scared to death of them. And I had a lady at a graveside that was scared to death of, and when we walk, into the cemetery, there's lots of grass and trees and bushes and
Yeah, so there are probably a lot of cicadas then
Yes.
doing their cicada thing.
Yes.
Cicadaing around.
So no, we haven't had real problems, but I will say that a stick fan comes in very handy. It's almost like playing badminton with them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not big on bugs. Like some people are scared. I'm not scared of them per se, but I don't
Right.
want them crawling on me for no reason.
Exactly. Oh, here's my PSA for the day. Check the back of your knee. I had a tick like in the
Like the bendy part?
Yes, the bendy part of the back of your knee.
Okay.
So it made it impossible to. Joe's rubbing the back of his knee right now.
You looked at me and said, check the back of your knee. Well, all right.
Because I had a tick, and because it's not the part that you see.
Yeah. You don't
even
usually
though
check the back of your
right,
knee.
even though we'd been out in the backyard playing, and even though I had rinsed off my legs and things, I missed the back of my knee, and I had a tick last night there. So a friend of mine pulled it off for me.
Okay.
But then she texted me this morning. She was like, "You're not going to believe this."
Did she have one in the same
in the
spot?
same spot? She was like, "In the back of my knee." She was like, "This is going to have to be like a thing. We're going to have to watch, so pay attention."
You got me feeling all itchy this morning. Talking about ticks and cicadas.
Well, I mean, better safe than sorry, right?
So we had a listener to the show every Tuesday morning who wanted me to ask you a question.
Ask away.
Say, can you ask Mary or Ann if you, and it's going to be Ann Yeager because you're the one on the air. If you have plots at the Bluegrass Memorial Gardens, can they be transferred to Danville Memorial Gardens? This person said they heard that you can transfer to and from any Memorial Gardens, but didn't know if that was true or not. Can you do that?
So, possibly. Bluegrass Memorial Gardens and Danville Memorial Gardens are both owned by Everstory. I'm pretty sure Bluegrass is owned by Everstory because all of that, it's a corporation. So, It is a possibility. Their rules have changed because they just sold out from Park Lawn Corporation to Everstory Corporation.
But both of them did?
Yes. So some corporations came into the funeral industry years ago and started buying up. Like at one point, they bought up a bunch of funeral homes, not mine, around here, and they bought up a bunch of cemeteries, and they wanted things like the memorial gardens because they thought they were less maintenance.
Okay.
And that's actually where our outer container rule came in. Outer containers started because of things like tuberculosis and yellow fever, widespread epidemics that they were worried could contaminate the groundwater.
Okay.
But then they became required because corporations figured out that if they required them, then they could sell them. So it's a corporate thing.
Yeah, money maker.
And then other people followed suit in the ease of ground maintenance if they required an outer container. So
can you transfer from Bluegrass?
Very
Memorial
possibly.
to
I have done it before, but it was years ago when it was owned by a different corporation. I would just have to check with that corporation to see if that is still a rule that they allow.
Where is Bluegrass Memorial?
It is on Harrodsburg Road in Lexington. As you're going into Lexington, on the left, right there at the Fayette County, Jessamine County line.
Oh, I know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
I just drove by that a couple of days ago. Okay. So
that's Bluegrass Memorial Gardens.
Potentially could.
I would have to check with the new corporation and see if that's still a rule that they allow. That they used to allow it. That is correct.
Something they used to do, but
maybe not. Because they've been bought out, I'd have to double check that.
So there you go. The question answered. That's what we do live in real time. We answer real questions from real people on a Tuesday with Stiff. Now, did you come in, Ann Yeager, today with any specific topics to talk about?
So, yes. Okay. So I was doing a podcast the other day.
Oh, wow.
When it's ready, I'll let you know. But
okay.
It's by two local women who are do not like being widows. They don't like that word. So I really don't know what to call them. People who have had their spouse die. So we talked about all kinds of things, and it was really interesting because, all these questions start coming up. Like, we talked about turning people into rocks, and they were like, "You should talk about this regularly." And I was like, "I do, every Tuesday morning on the Joe Show." So actually, you came up.
Good. So I got a name mentioned in the podcast.
I don't know how much of you and I are going to make the podcast, but we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Hopefully
to hear.
They don't edit me out.
I mean, but it is funny because I forget how many questions, and if you don't listen to us on a regular basis, then you wouldn't know some of these. Like, yes, you can turn your ashes into rocks, and we talked a lot about ashes
into jewelry.
Into diamonds. Don't do that. It's really expensive and they're really tiny. But there's much prettier jewelry that can be done. Into coral reefs, into fireworks, into all kinds of stuff. And when we were talking about this, and we were talking about cemeteries and stones, and so the amount of questions, I realized I think I have answered every one of their questions on this show at some point.
Yeah.
So that was the other interesting part was
I'm like a proud father. I didn't even start this segment, but I'm like a proud father.
No, I was trying to figure out that's what I was trying to figure out is how many years ago we started this.
It was before I was on the air. It's been 5 years for me now on WHIR. Took over January 2nd of 2020, so it's been almost 5.5 years for me.
I don't know how many years we did it with Charlie.
And you were on well before I took over. You could be going 2015, 2016. You could be going like 10 years now, right?
Dang.
Now, I started working here in 2012, so we can do the math. When I started in 2012, full-time at the radio station, Charlie's show was just 6 to 9, and the Adcaster came on from 9 to 9:30.
The Adcaster.
With Jim hosted it, and then, I don't know, it was like Dave Ramsey after that. And so then Charlie's show went 4 hours, maybe at some point in like 2014. And I don't think we started doing like the last hour talk show until maybe 2015 or 2016.
So somewhere around there.
So I would say just mathematically, just trying to eliminate how it worked, probably like 9 or 10 years for you on the air. Because you were one of the first ones that joined.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea what year we started doing that. When I told Mom we were going to go back to doing the radio, she was like, "What?" Because she and Johnny Randolph had done it.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Back in the 80s. Back in the olden
Speaking
days,
of don't know the number of years, today's your sister's birthday.
It
Am I
is.
right?
Yes.
Do you think that she would answer the phone if I called it?
Yeah.
she's not doing a funeral right now or something, right? Because I'm going to play a birthday song for her. So I'm gonna do it live on the radio. You don't have to give me her number on the air. Just hand me your phone with her number, and then I'll dial it on the air. And we're gonna play her today. How old is she? Well, can you tell me that?
I'll tell. I don't care. She's 45.
All right. Is she how many years older than you or younger?
No,
than you?
she's younger than I am.
I don't know.
I'll be 50 this year.
Oh. When's your birthday?
November 24th. I'm size anything, pedicures, manicures.
Okay, so you're already fishing for gifts. 50, well, 50's a big number. That's like a milestone.
Okay, it's the top one.
All right, the top number. Okay, here we go. I'm going to dial this on. I got it. First of all, I've never done this before. Rick does it quite a bit. So let me see if I can get this done. All right, here we go. Sorry for the dial tone. It's not going to let me. But the line, actually, there's a way I can do this. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Someone is now sending you audio. Your phone. How do you keep your battery charged with the number of people that contact you on a daily basis?
I don't. It usually dies. It starts dying in the middle of the afternoon. And it's funny because Alex, so we have, find my phone or find a friend or whatever. And he'll text me and he's like, charge your phone.
All right, let's see if she answers. She may not because she doesn't know the number.
True.
This is Sarah's phone.
Hey,
this is Sarah's phone. Hey, where's Sarah?
Is this Sarah?
This is not. This is Kate. She's currently on the phone helping a customer. How can I help you?
She's at work.
Oh, well, this is Joe Mathis with WHIR Radio. We're with Ann Yeager, and we were going to sing her happy birthday.
Kate. You're on this. Kate wants to come to the radio.
Exciting. You have no idea my heart is pounding. I love Joe Mathis.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody does. We were going to sing or actually play a birthday song for Sarah, but you said she's helping a customer right now.
She's on the funeral home phone.
Yes, but I can easily take that over, and we will gladly sing her birthday because I'm currently blowing up balloons.
Okay.
And let's just say it's going to be a great day.
Okay. So you're going to go get her for us?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Kate, you said Kate?
Yes, this is Kate.
Yes.
Okay, Kate, we appreciate you being on.
us.
Thank you so much for that.
And when
you're very welcome.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
When I told her I had to come to the radio this morning, so that she's adjusting to our schedules, she was like, what? She was like, I want to come go with you and hold up a sign behind you because they can't see me.
What's Kate's last name?
Kate Harper.
Kate Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kate Harper. All right, let's see if we can get Sarah on the air here.
It's even funnier that Kate answered. Kate
this is Sarah's phone.
Sarah's phone, yeah.
Is this not Sarah answering her phone? All right, what do you think Sarah's doing right now?
Working.
I mean, it's taken her a long time to get to the phone.
Well, because she's on the phone with somebody, so she's answering questions about something or talking about or giving someone information.
I hate to interrupt that conversation for this completely pointless not meaningful conversation. How do you say her last name?
So legally her last name is Hamlin.
Okay.
But her married name is Kuchenbrod.
Kuchenbrod.
She just never legally changed her name.
Okay.
But she's Kuchenbrod. And it's funny because someone was like, I don't know how to say your sister's last name. I was like, it's okay. I don't know how to say your married last name either. So we're even. But it's funny because her husband and his older sister is a friend of mine. So we grew up together.
Okay.
And went to high school together back in the day.
Okay.
And then our siblings married each other.
I don't know how long we should wait. We just kind of...
Well, I apologize. I know. She told me that she gave me the finger here.
Well...
Hold on 1 second.
No, that's the... Wait a second.
She's giving me the finger here.
That's a hold on a minute finger, not the bad finger. Joe, don't put your... Don't go there.
It's the index.
Don't go there.
Gave me the 1 second finger.
Don't go there, Joe. You and your brain.
All right.
He becomes all teenage boy all of a sudden.
Do you think... I tell you what, we do have a break. So let's hit the break,
okay,
and then
we'll do the break.
Kate, if she comes on the phone during the next 2 minutes, just tell her hold on. That we're doing a.
Yeah, I'll give her the finger.
Okay, yes, you do that. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead and hit this break, and then we'll come back and we'll wish Sarah a happy birthday here on the Joe Show. It's 9:51 in the morning, 66 degrees, Tuesday, the 10th day of June, here on WHIR Danville.
They're celebrating spring at Danville Bike and Footwear, located in beautiful downtown Danville. Your destination for bikes, shoes, and a full line of garment products. For the cycling enthusiast, they feature Trek and Specialized. Get ready for the cycling season with a new bike or a tune-up. Are you considering an e-bike? Danville Bike and Footwear has you covered. If you're out for a run or just a stroll, come in and get fitted for running, trail, or supportive walking shoes. Danville Bike and Footwear, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
Electricity helps keep our modern lifestyle going. But if the electrical system in your house is outdated, you may be headed for trouble. Watch for these symptoms of electrical problems: replacing fuses or resetting circuit breakers frequently, switch plates, outlet covers, cords, or plugs that are warm, cut, broken, or cracked insulation on electrical wiring. If these symptoms are present, you need a safety inspection by a licensed inspector. To learn more, talk to your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
The best football teams always get the call right, and you need to make the right call before you excavate. If you don't and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate, and you could be fined up to $1,250. So make the right call. Put safety first. Call 811 before you dig. Touchdown! Oh my goodness! This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. Scammers send text messages to trick you into providing information like your debit card or passwords. This is called smishing. Don't click text messages, links, or call phone numbers you don't know. When in doubt, delete.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right, 9:53 in the morning, 66 degrees. We'll see if we have Sarah on the phone. Is Sarah there?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, Sarah, this is Joe.
Hey.
From
How are you?
from WHIR. I'm doing good.
This was not my idea.
I do need to legally let you know that you are on the radio right now. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't just randomly call you. Today we saw is your birthday, so we wanna do something special for you on your birthday today. So this is a shout out to you. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Was that someone from First Baptist singing?
I hope that was you singing, Joe.
There we go. Now, well, I can't get that high. I used to be able to couple years ago, but I haven't been able to get that high in pitch range since then. So that we just want to wish you a happy birthday. Saw it's your birthday today. Ann Yeager's telling everybody how old you are on the radio, so you can deal with her when she gets back to the funeral home, okay?
She's going to be 50 this year.
Yeah, she let that be known as well. She's the 5-0 this year. Hey, happy birthday. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Thanks.
Okay.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.
It is also the 45th anniversary yesterday of my mom taking her funeral director's license.
45 years ago today.
She was 10 months pregnant with Sarah.
You said that was yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
She was 10 months pregnant with Sarah, and she walked in to take her funeral director's test for her license.
10 months pregnant.
10 months pregnant. And they were like, "When's the baby due?" And this is June 9th. And Mom was like, "May 15th." And she said all the men in the room were like,
"Oh no."
Like she was going to drop any minute, and they were going to have to deliver a baby. And the secretary looked at my grandfather and was like, "Jack, I cannot believe you brought her up here to take her to take her test while she is pregnant." He said, "I didn't bring her. She drove herself from Lexington." Yeah, he was not winning that morning. And then the next day we were having visitation, and Mom went into labor.
So
Sarah
she made it by a
born.
day.
Yes.
There you
So
go.
Sarah and Mom's funeral director's license are the same age.
Another big milestone.
Yes. Carl Luttrell.
Mr. Carl Luttrell, 60 years?
Yes. Before he was ever in the sheriff. So for anybody that doesn't know, before Carl Luttrell was sheriff, as we mostly think of him, he was a licensed funeral director in Balmer and Danville.
Mm-hmm.
And where he was working didn't work out. And so he was working at Belk, and then he got hired on at the sheriff's department. And he's kept up his license. He actually used to keep me legal before I was legal.
Mm-hmm.
He would come over from the funeral home. It's one of my favorite stories. I was meeting with family upstairs one day, and the son was like, "Is everything okay? was like whispering to me. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. And he was like, okay, did Dad do something? Did one of us do something? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, the sheriff's here. I was like, oh, no, I'm not yet a licensed funeral director, but I swear I know what I'm doing. And Carl's that's the law, is that there has to be a licensed person in the building. So Carl's here keeping me legal because he's a licensed funeral director.
Mm.
And they all just looked at me like I was making that.
Yeah, so there has to be someone that had the license there while this was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the legality of it. And so he used to keep me legal.
Yeah. Hey, here's a question from Ask a Funeral Director. This person says, I'm going through a box of my late grandmother's baubles, they called them, mostly cosmetic jewelry and accessories, and I found a small bag with these items, and in their palm it looks like a bunch of gold teeth, gold crowns, gold fillings, things of that nature. This person says, were these her dental fillings? Are things like this separated from the cremains and given to the family? My granddad received her ashes, but he's now deceased, so I can't ask any details. I can totally see him tossing something like this in one of her many jewelry boxes, though.
No, those probably came out during dental procedures over the years.
Because they don't.
No,
do
I
this
don't
now,
take.
right?
We don't. And if you watch the show Mortician, that is not my life. That is nothing like my life.
Okay.
Ever. We're gonna have to do a whole show on that show when I finish watching it, or maybe updates weekly.
Okay.
So, we don't take anything out of people unless we have to medically. So the only thing that we have to remove are pacemakers because the battery in them becomes explosive in the retort during the cremation. And I just got asked by a family to take a pain pump out. It's brand new. In fact, it's on my desk. They're coming to pick it up.
Okay.
Because it was new medicine, and the doctor had asked if we could remove it at his death because they wanted to see how because it was still working and functioning, and they wanted to do some tests on it.
Okay.
So it's waiting on my desk to be picked up.
A pain
Other than
pump,
that, other than that, we don't. But it's like a big one. It's not a little one. Other than that, we don't remove anything prior to cremation, and a lot of things melt, and anything else becomes biohazard after cremation.
Ann Yeager with Stith Funeral Home, 859-236-2113. If you have any questions, Ann Yeager with Stith Funeral Home. By the way, you all next year, 100 years.
100
in 2026. Yep. So lots of big milestones.
Mom and Carl, I realized between the two of them, they've been licensed for 105 years this year.
So combined, longer than what Stith Funeral Home has even been around.
Combined, they've been licensed for 105.
Good stuff.
Just the two of them.
And Yeager, appreciate you being on. We'll
Y'all have a great day and love on your people, and I'll talk to you later.
There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Tuesday morning. Hope at the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show, AM 1230 and the brand new 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Tuesday afternoon as Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home. Kentucky Sports Radio is coming your way next.